Hello, 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 hello. Hello, we are back with another stream, right? Another stream. Let me finish getting set up right now, ladies and gentlemen. Got our little boom. There we are. And then boom. It's the exact layout. There we go. Welcome to another Town Hall Hoop stream. I am here with my British glorious co-host Mars. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
Thank you, thank you. How are you on this afternoon?
We should be halfway through the episode already, but it is what it is. Pleasure to be here. It's been a while for me, at least. It's been a while.
Yes, it has been a while. It has been a while. Um, as far as the thumbnail, I will eventually afterwards, whenever my thumbnail person can give me a thumbnail, change it. But as of right now, you see it. It's the Mars Real Talk Town Hall Hoop
Oh,
background.
let's see.
Now, bruh, I couldn't do anything else because anything with us in it, it has like Anthony Edwards in it or something, or like some player that's so irrelevant at this moment. So now it's like, well, if I put that up, that kind of looks strange, right?
Yeah,
So
this looks normal. Yeah, this looks
I
normal.
was waiting, right, for a thumb, and I was like, he was like, "Oh, can you do it right now?" So I was like, "Okay, well, I guess, brother, like, you have to be resourceful." So I had to pick between the shots I already have, and again, me, you with Ime Udoka in the background wouldn't have made sense. So I just went with, you know what I'm saying? Boom, the background, and you know what it is. You know what it is. Okay, it's the town hall
Looks
hoop
amazing,
stream.
man. Looks amazing. Definitely gonna draw the viewers in on that one.
You know what? Fine. I'm going to change it to something. And if you see Anthony Edwards randomly in the, yeah, Christian, I still need one. If you
Yeah,
could do
anything better than
something with
this.
this
Yeah,
background, oh, now he's texting me. Okay, here we go. Need something with this background and me
the
and Mars
professionalism,
headshot.
guys.
Yeah,
We're
man, y'all know what
amazing
it is
around
over
here.
here. Y'all know what it is over here. I ain't never fronted over here. You know what I'm saying? We in the trenches. We on the way up, but we in the trenches. You dig what I'm saying? Now, let's get into some basketball. The game last night, game 3 in San Antonio. OKC wins the game. What was it, like 123 to 108, something like that?
Yeah, I started watching on 103, 118, I think. So whatever
Yeah,
happened after that, I don't know.
they very much so like dominated that game. After being down 15-0, which is kind of crazy saying, but like San Antonio comes out, hits them with a real haymaker to start the game. Um, Wemby's hitting bing, 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 setback threes. You know what I'm saying? It's looking kind of crazy. And then OKC boggled down defensively and then played one of their best, if not the best, offensive games I've ever seen OKC play as a unit. I'm not gonna lie. It was very, very impressive in my opinion. The game that Shea played yesterday, one of the more impressive games that I've ever seen him play. His shot making on some of those shots, Mars. The the shot where he's going up to get like when you drive and then you go into a shot trying to get like that ride call from the defender, and he goes from like about to shoot it with his right hand low key to get a little grift off, but then like, actually, you haven't blown the whistle, so let me switch it to my left with the little float was insane. The float shot when he beats somebody off the dribble and it was right leg, right hand float over Wemby, insane. The degree of difficulty on his shots were very impressive. Very impressive. I have to give him that. And then the passing and the playmaking was just off the charts. Was very patient with his handle. One of the things I discussed about SGA as far as him becoming a better passer and playmaker, and this is something that like an Anthony Edwards, in my opinion, should do. Sometimes, an Ant SGA may not see the read initially, right? They may miss the initial pass, but something that SGA does while he does miss that is keep his dribble alive. He keeps his dribble alive. He doesn't pick up the ball and then allow himself to be trapped. Now you're in a compromising position. This was the problem with like KD trying to handle the double teams earlier in the playoffs. Now, granted, he is 7 feet tall, so it's harder for him to keep his dribble alive. But SGA's ability to keep his dribble alive is what's um, catapulting him into a different level of playmaking and passing, in my opinion. That's one of the main reasons. Now, obviously, he is getting better at reading defenses as the years goes on. You see these coverages over and over again. You just kind of get better at them with time and reputation and reps. But yeah, man, he's gotten better. He played a fantastic offensive game. OKC continues to shoot the piss out of the ball right now. Um, we'll talk about. I'm pretty sure me and you will agree on San Antonio's defensive strategy, and as far as them like adjusting it, just putting two on the ball relentlessly like that. I'm pretty sure we both don't agree with that concept. But I'm gonna swing to you. What did you see from last night's game?
Um, Wemby needs to play every minute of the game. Um, he's actually playing like 40 consistently. So shout out to him. I thought that was
Mm,
gonna be like, can Wemby do it? And he's doing it. The issue is they need another 8. So we've got to find a way to make sure that Wemby plays the whole time. Because when he doesn't, they get fried.
they really
Um,
do.
I think, yeah, I said Shea had back-to-back masterful performances. Um, received some pushback because obviously whatever his field goal percentage was, I don't know. My opinion, if you're driving elite offense, your scoring efficiency doesn't change that to me anyway. And when you're doing it against what's been the best defense in the playoffs and has historically been an all-time playoff defense thus far, and with you on the court, you're picking that defense apart. I think that's a masterful performance. We are
I
definitely
agree.
in agreement. We spoke about it the last time. When was it? After game one, when we spoke about our philosophies
Hmm.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good off this double team. I've never agreed with it. When it came to Steph Curry, the king of gravity, I've always thought it was nonsense that you're just willing to give up 4 on 3s. It's just I don't agree with that concept.
Hmm.
Um, but at the end of the day, if that's what a team is doing and you're picking it apart, I'm gonna give you the credit for it. I know there's some
Hmm.
people who are like, it's basic reads and whatnot, but it goes back to the point I've said many times throughout the season. When you get to a certain level of scoring, your reads aren't that difficult because of what defenses do to try and stop you from scoring. When the reads become difficult is when you're either running a lot of pick and roll, so then you have to pass through like multiple bodies and blitzes, and then you got to hit the skip passes and all of that stuff. But when teams are like basically going into possession saying we're going to play 4 on 3, yeah, all you got to do is swing the ball to the wing. It's not a difficult read to make, but that's because of how good you are at scoring. And I've said that many times this season. I think I've said it. Who did I say? I think I said it about Shea. Um,
Shay
so
and Ant.
Shea and yeah, it makes sense. So I have no issue with it not being difficult reads, because then it's not about degree of difficulty, it's about impact, and that's how I view it. And Shea's impact has been monumental. I'm so good off Keldon Johnson. Like, shout out to him. He wasn't my sixth man of the year, but shout out to him. He had a good year. But man, like, some of the decisions he makes, it's like the tunnel vision is just criminal. Dylan Harper didn't look good. I'm not gonna say because of injury or whatnot, he just didn't look good. De'Aaron looked good, and then obviously got hurt again, so that wasn't great. Stephon Castle has not looked great. Come the Spurs, if there's not a drastic change in game plan, I don't think this is a sustainable process. I'm not going to say it's over in 5 because cold shooting can lead to you guys winning the game and whatnot. But in terms of the process, I don't think this is the way you want to play in order to win. Over the last 2 games, they're playing the Thunder basically to a draw when Wemby's on the floor. They have a 0.2 net rating, so basically a draw. Do you want to guess what their net rating is in the 20 minutes he sat in the last 2 games?
I would assume it's worse than like minus 30, 35. What is it?
Negative
Around that?
63.6.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their defensive rating when Wemby's off the floor is 161. Their offensive rating
what's
when he's off the
crazy?
floor is 97, so they just can't do anything.
You know what's crazy is I feel bad for Luke Cornett or anybody that's going to be Wemby's backup, especially like come playoff time, because
The difference is going to be drastic.
It's going to be drastic, but also it's just like the philosophy for the opposing team is always going to be like, oh shit, Wemby's off the court. We're going to have to try to get layups right now. Like, we just have to. So it's not even like Luke Cornett's been a cool backup big all year. He's been a pretty cool rim protector in the regular season for the most part. But now that like Wemby is playing 40 minutes, it's like, oh yeah, when Wemby's not out there, we are just putting our head down, getting to the basket. And now it's making Luke Cornett look like he can't do nothing, but he's getting attacked every play because when Wemby's in, we don't get these shots. Just flat out.
Yeah, I think Cornett's not only good, I think he's been really good this year. He was really good for Boston. I think Cornett's a good player. I'm not hating on him. But yeah, when you're backing up what might be the most impactful player in the league, it definitely doesn't help you. I think there's a big reason why, like, if you look at like some like advanced stats, like the holy grail is probably RAPM, but that's more of a long-term stat. So we're gonna have to go to our good old friends at EPM because that stat is more single season coded, which makes it just easier to reference. If you look at the Spurs this year, Luke Cornett had an EPM of plus 0.3. Last year it was plus 2.3. You weren't about to convince me he just fell off a cliff in 1 year.
Yeah.
The reality is he went from backing up lesser caliber of players to backing up what might be the most impactful player in the league. So when the defense falls off a cliff with him on the floor, it's not because he's actually a bad defender. It's because Wemby's his player who he replaces. So yeah, I think Luke Cornett is good. Just this hasn't been a great series for him. It hasn't been a great series for like most of the Spurs outside of Wemby for real. This series is like, for all the issues we have with the Spurs game plan, which we share for sure. At the end of the day, they're losing because when Wemby doesn't play, they get obliterated every time. Like, game plan be damned. They can compete with OKC with that game plan if Wemby's out there.
Well, it's like, and I would have to go back to watch to see if they are specifically doing this, but like, I do feel like you probably get away with the doubling of Shea more when Wemby's out there than when he's not. So I would still somewhat contribute the game plan to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think if Wemby's not on the court and Shay's out there, you can't be just full-fledged up. Which, by the way, I did notice, at least to me, it was a lot less matching of their minutes than like the first game or two. Like I
I think
did
they
see,
changed it after game one, to be honest.
yeah,
I think
I
they changed
did
it
see
after
like
game one.
if I'm Mitch Johnson, I'm not letting Shea be out there and Wemby's not out there. Like I'm matching minute for minute. That's what I'm doing. Now, OKC's bench is still thoroughly outplaying the Spurs bench. Like thoroughly outplaying them. Because yes, Keldon Johnson has been an airhead. Carter Bryant has been an airhead. Like, and not to mention if those three players are on the court together, the basketball IQ just plummets. It just plummets. They do some dumb stuff, the three of them. Now, Calso obviously usually makes up for it because he's like, oh, good defensive player, can make a lob pass every now and then. Woo. But like Keldon isn't out there. When Keldon's not scoring, I mean, what is he providing? Nothing. Carter Bryant just, I don't know where his head be at, Mars. I just don't. It just be dumb play after dumb play after dumb play. It's like, brother, please, you're killing us. And we kind of have to play you right now because otherwise we have to play Jordan McLaughlin or somebody. Can you please be better? But I don't know. I am concerned if I'm a Spurs fan, but you still have that 7'5" guy. And he just tilts games to a degree that he's always going to give you a chance. He's always going to give you a shot. Um, let's talk about like how they're utilizing Wemby offensively. How you have you enjoyed that?
Enjoyed is a funny word. Before we do that, shout out to Caruso. This is 3 straight games, by the way. They told me game one was fake. 3 straight games. But anyway,
3 straight fake games. Salute.
mhm. um, I mean, I like that the Spurs went to put in a big on Wemby. I mean, the Thunder went to put in a big on Wemby. I think that was the logical thing to do after game one. I was definitely on team Isaiah Hartenstein. Not only can play in this series, he needs to play. I wasn't on team 10 minutes because he can't shoot. Fake woke nonsense. I don't buy into that. When it comes to how they're using Wemby, I think some of it is on him in terms of just not being able to leverage his size against bigs in the same way he can against wings when it comes to his catch radius and whatnot, and obviously the physicality aspect. I think some of it is on just coaching in terms of how are you gonna get him the ball, and then some of it is on his teammates are not throwing him the ball. There was a play yesterday, and I want to say it was Keldon who did it. Wemby cut, and he was wide open under the rim. He's begging for the lob. Keldon Johnson is in his own world doing something. And you see Wemby's visible frustration when he doesn't get the ball on that possession. I want to say someone ended up drawing a foul on that play. It might have been Wemby himself. He might have ended up getting the ball and drawing a foul, but the visible frustration was definitely there. Like at times you do just gotta like look for him. But if I'm Mitch Johnson and his coaching staff, I'm definitely running like a bunch of flex cuts. Like whoever's guarding, like if Shay's out there, whoever Shay's man is, we're setting screens, we're having Wemby cut across the lane, deep seals, flashing, probably have our best passer trying to throw the entry, whatever the case may be. Either you Shay fouls, we get a dunk, something good happens, or they try not to switch, and now you're asking a big to navigate a screen. Like, in my opinion, I don't see the downside on that. Or they have to converge their whole defense. Champagne in the weak side corner, knock down the shot, please. For the love of God, please knock down the shot. We need it. Like, I'm doing something like that. I feel like flex cuts can be San Antonio's best friends in this series. I'm also just probably trying to post Wemby a little bit more. I know it's not like he's not the best post player, but if he's able to just spin, get any sort of semblance of anything going towards the rim, like you have to foul him. So I do think that can just be a reliable form of offense as opposed to him trying to get the ball and create from 28 feet. Like that's just not gonna cut
Mhm.
it. Like if Wemby's near the paint, whatever comes from that, I think that's a decent result.
Usually is
Yeah, like I think that's a decent result. Then also like you're also trying to maximize his offensive rebounding presence if you have him closer to the rim. Um, so those would be the biggest things. But some of it is also just pass him the ball. Like for the schemes and how you want to get him the ball, all that stuff. Yeah, there's a few things that you can be tweaked. But other things is also just throw him the ball. Like sometimes he's there, give him the ball. Um, I've seen a lot of people have like bigger issues with it than I have. Um, I actually don't hate that offense when Wemby's on the floor. Like it still does produce because of his gravity and whatnot. Um, I just think they're leaving some easy things on the table that can definitely boost their offense a few points here and there. And I think that can change the tide of things in some way. So minor tweaks, I think, offensively, defensively is where I think the bigger tweaks need to happen.
Um, I do think that their process does need like it needs to get better. I do agree that trying to find Wemby closer to the basket, obviously, you know, yeah, 7'5" guy near rim probably equals good result. But bare minimum probably draws two. You know what I'm saying? At the least. Um, and that's something they do need to explore. But I also am Wimby to me is, and I think I've said this before, not 1-to-1, but if there is a player Wimby reminds me of, it's AD, but like another version. Cause it's like one of the greatest rim returns we've ever seen. Wimby, of course, to another extent. But then you go to the other end and it's like great vertical spacer, one of the best rollers of all time. And when AD's jump shot is going, those are more mid range shots. When Wimby's shot is going, it's more, you know, 3-point dependent than any kind of mid range. But I do want Wimby to, and of course, people have been saying this for some time now, like, hey, mid post, get it here 10, 15 feet away from the basket, face up game. You know what I'm saying? I want to see more of that if they can. Because I just don't ever think that when bigs are going, I don't think there'll be a point in Wemby's career where he's deep sailing bigs consistently or something like. I don't know if that's his center of gravity is just so high because he's so tall. Like I feel like an Isaiah Hardenstein is always going to be able to push Wemby, like that archetype of big will always be able to push Wemby around to some extent. Like he's 7'5". They have the leverage battle one because they're lower and things of that nature. So he has to be really, really, really good in that elbow mid post kind of area, and then you utilize your shooting threat to then like drive by them or something like that. But like there aren't any places on the court where Wemby just catches the ball and we're like, oh yeah, this is going to lead. This means this is going to lead to good offense. Like some of the isolations that he got yesterday, I remember like one on the right wing near the 3-point line, and it's like, I think he ended up getting into like some deep two pull up. Like, probably not the greatest of shots, Wemby. I don't know. I just feel like that's the next evolution for him as well. And then like I'm wondering the conditioning part of it. Because trying to get closer to the basket or set yourself up closer to the basket means a lot more hands, a lot more physicality, a lot more body to body contact, a lot more even have to deal with iHeart fouling him every play even more because I'm trying to get positioning. Whereas I feel like sometimes it's like, hey, I could just come out here and get the ball and I don't have to deal with all of that if I just say, okay, I got that 3-point line down. bing, or whatnot. Like they're just dealing with less physicality from that standpoint, and having to already try to deal with eye hard on the glass, which that's also getting to him. What do he have? Like I only had like 4 rebounds yesterday or something like that. Combining the already trying to match his physicality on the boards to matching the physicality, trying to set up post positioning and stuff like that. I do think that kind of wears on him as the game goes along. So, Wemby's a fantastic player. He's 22, so he's not yet the perfect player. And there are some things that's kind of we're low key seeing a little bit. Again, still the most impactful player probably in the series thus far. But still some little things to clean up. What else is there that I want to talk about? We can, because we have the Knicks Cavs in the title. They play tonight. I'm just wondering, um, do you see the Cavs getting one of their games at home?
I've been saying Cavs in 6 because I stand with Showtime. So I guess they're gonna win both these games at home. By my reasoning, I wouldn't be watching it, but they're gonna find a way to do it.
You're not even gonna watch the game, Mister Watch Basketball himself.
I'm tired right now. You think I'm staying up another 5 hours to watch the game and then another 7 hours to finish the game? No, I will be asleep like I was for game 2.
Are you rewatching the games at least?
Saw parts of game 2. I saw what I needed to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not take anything Mars says about this series seriously.
I haven't spoke about this series. I just want to make sure
he is not watching.
I don't speak on things I don't watch. I just want to make sure I'm very consistent. We was on the panel yesterday. I didn't say a word about game 2. I was very vocal that I didn't watch the game. I'm not going. I practice what I preach. I tell people don't speak on what you haven't seen. I will not speak on a series I'm not watching. We all know how the series is gonna go, and it's not like I watch other series when I know how they're gonna go, because I'm interested on how it's gonna go. I'm not interested in how this series. Oh, how are the Knicks gonna obliterate the Cavs this time? Ooh, I don't care. We'll see the Knicks in the finals. It should be a good matchup, regardless of who they play. We'll see. I'm not even gonna predict. I do want to give Evan Mobley credit from what I've seen in the series. I think Evan Mobley is probably the one Cav who I think is representing. Everyone else I think has been had moments, I'll say, has moments, but consistently, yeah, not so great. And if I'm the Cavs, I'm blowing this up. If I'm the Cavs, but I don't think they will. But if I'm the Cavs, I'm blowing this up.
What's crazy is I feel like they're a good 3-man away. It's kind of that's the position they're kind of lacking. Dean Wade is cool. Like, not good enough. Then you have all the leads, like Max Strus, passable regular season player, but like not the greatest defensive player in the world.
All-star at every spot, right?
I mean, yeah.
At that point, I think we need to understand that they're just not good enough.
I mean, some would say like the Celtics in 24 had an all-star caliber player at every position. Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Tatum.
I think you're heavily pushing it with both of those backcourt players. But
Jaylen Brown?
No, he played the 3 because Drew and Derek.
Oh, yeah, Drew Holiday.
I think you're heavily pushing with those two. But I could see Derek White maybe. Drew is definitely a major push, but cool. And even then, at least Porzingis barely played in the playoffs for them. So like 4 all-star caliber players play. You're asking the Cavs to have 5 all-star caliber players playing for them to get them
Okay,
over.
but I'm saying even if you want to say Derek White or Drew Holiday is pushing it, I'm saying like who's the starting 3 for the Cavs right now? Dean Wade?
Yeah,
Okay. Drew Holiday is a better player than Dean Wade.
he is.
So like whatever tier that is, right? But there are very few teams in NBA history that has had that good of a player at each position like that 2014. That's what made
That's why
that
they're one of the
Celtics
best
team
ever.
very
Yeah.
that's what made them one of the best teams ever that we've ever seen because they were that good at every position. And then even like, yeah, Porzingis didn't play, then who comes up? Oh, it's Al Horford. Like that quality of backup center is hard to find. So
Well, the Cavs have 48 minutes of Allen and Mobley, so I think they're doing quite
but I
fine.
low key think that's like some of the problem is that they sub for each other and then have to play with each other because there's no big. Because it's what Thomas Bryant.
You don't think having 2 bigs is enough?
I'm saying like the fact that there's no other big for Cleveland that can see the court to me is that's a bit of a problem.
But let's say they play 32 minutes a night, right? Just hypothetically.
Mm-hmm.
16 of their minutes come together, Allen and Mobley on the court. And then Allen plays another 16 without Mobley at the 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Allen goes to the bench, Mobley plays the other 16 without Allen, and he's at the 5. What's wrong with that 48-minute combination?
I get what you're saying. I just feel like it is to me the problem is that they also share the minutes together. Like they have a good part of a portion of their minutes together on the court. So I don't know. To me, it feels different than like the Knicks only have 2 bigs in Cat and Mitchell, but Cat starts, Mitchell comes off the bench. I don't know. It just feels like a different dynamic, in my opinion. Maybe it's not, but it just feels different to me. Whereas Evan and what you call Jared are starting together, and then also sub for each other. I just feel like there's no, I don't know. It's not a drastic like shift going on because there's always one of those 2 players. There's no different dynamic coming into the game, I guess.
So you want to, it's not that the principle of their substitution patterns isn't the problem. It's that they're too similar.
I feel like a bench player has the ability to come into a game, do whatever type of whatever skill set that they bring, like brings a different dynamic into a basketball game, and they're fresh. There are components, in my opinion, of coming off the bench and you being a good bench player. You get to watch the game first, see how it plays out, and then you come in and with your skill set try to plug some holes for your team. I don't feel like Cleveland gets to do that with Evan and Mobley because they're always on the court. I don't really know if I'm putting this in the greatest
Yeah, I'm
way.
trying to see where you're coming from. I can see the line of thinking you're adopting. I just don't think I agree with that being. If it is an issue, it's very far down the list to me. I'll just say that. I do think, if
Metro, okay, Metro in the chat. He's like Jalen Williams and OKC. It's like, okay, Hardenstein and Chet play together. But then there is like, there's this other guy that comes in and kind of does something else. I don't know. Even if he doesn't play that much, it's like a different dynamic. There's nothing. It's always
optionality. That's the thing.
it's always Mobley and Jared. Like there's no curveball. If I put it in pitching, or baseball. I don't know if you're a baseball watcher, but
I
maybe
can I
somebody.
can follow you. Yeah, I can follow
It's
you.
like, okay, yeah, I got a fastball. I got a two seam and a four seam fastball. But where's my off pitch? Where's my slider when I need it, or a curve or something like that I can like go to every now and then. There's like it's just two seam, four seam, two seam, four seam, two seam, four seam. It's like, and they work. I get like you get a lot of strikeouts with that, but you would even be better if you had a little slider, if you had a little curveball. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no off speed pitch. Thank you. Change up. Thank you. We're getting there. Thank you, chat. We're getting there. Glad y'all understand what I'm saying.
I do think they'd be better if they had another quality big. The same way I
Yeah,
think they'd be
just
better if they had an all-star small forward. Um, I do think it gets to a point where we start pushing the boat out on realism in order to try and make this thing work, which is why I'm on the side of I'm blowing it up. I just don't.
mhm.
I don't think there's a realistic avenue for them to have the success that people are trying to make them have. Um, and I know for a lot of people that means like there's the big elephant in the room, Mr. 45. Um, I'm on the side of I'm leaving that alone. But
He's a two. I've definitely come to that realization. Even as a D Mitch fan, Donovan Mitchell needs to be your second best player on the team. If you want to have like championship aspirations, for sure.
like I said, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm definitely blowing it up. I like Mobley. Um, the long term concerns of trading Garland, I do think are like apparent now that I didn't think the Harden thing was going to win them a championship anyway. In
Mhm.
fact, them making the conference finals is more than I expected once the playoffs started.
I
I had
mean,
them losing
yeah,
in round one. Yeah, I had them losing in round one, so they've made it further than I thought. Um, Now, if Emmanuel quickly doesn't get hurt, and maybe even if Brandon Ingram doesn't get hurt, maybe I was correct about round one, but it is what it is. But yeah, credit to the Knicks for where they were whenever it was when they went on their losing streak in the middle of the season, and it looked bad, and they couldn't guard anyone, and all of that stuff, and the cat doesn't touch the ball thing. For all of the issues they've gone through in the season, for them to turn it around and be this good in the playoffs, and Jalen Brunson doing the Jalen Brunson things, and Karl Anthony Towns being used the way I think a lot of us thought he would be used coming into the season with Mike Brown, and then OG having an amazing playoffs thus far, especially before he got hurt. Mikel has decided he don't want to miss from mid range in like the last 2 rounds or whatnot. So shout out to him. Josh Hart doing Josh Hart things, and then also having like the games where he goes crazy. Landry Shamet, I think, is like really underrated at this point. So shout out to him. Just the Knicks are really good. Um, yeah, the Knicks are really good. So shout out to them. I think well deserved coming out of the East, even though it's Cavs in 6, but well deserved.
they are a really good team, and I think people are doing this thing again, where it's like, oh man, whoever comes out the West, they're for sure winning the championship. Oh, the finals is the Western Conference Finals. Like we did this same thing last season,
Pacers.
and then turns
And
out
then
the
guess what? The
Pacers
West won.
almost. Yeah,
Pride,
but it took
pride,
an
pride.
Achilles injury from the other
Well, there's no
team's
guarantee OKC would have lost
second
that
best
game
player.
even. Second is disgusting propaganda.
What?
No, you got it. The West still won ultimately, so shout
Yeah,
out.
but it was still a way better series than many people anticipated.
Yeah, but that's because people were sleeping on Indiana, myself included, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm
Um,
saying people. I think people are sleeping on the Knicks. The Knicks are really good.
they are. They're really
A
good.
really good
I
team.
think they're the third best team in the league. Do I think they're the third best team in the league, or did I just say that? I think they're a top 5 team in the league. I think they're a top 5 team in the league. So well deserved coming out of the East. Health, performance, peaking at the right time. I think Karl Anthony Towns deserves a lot of credit. He's never going to shake the narrative because once you're a bad defender, you're a bad defender for life. But his
I
defense is
thought you
good.
were talking about like the zesty narrative.
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, we'll see what he does if they win a chip. We'll see how he looks. But he's been really good on defense in these playoffs. I think he's been good for most of the regular season on defense too. Every time I've spoke about the Knicks defense, I've always said that I think
It's
Brunson is like,
Jalen Brunson. Yeah,
yeah,
you have.
I actually think Karl Anthony Towns is better than people have been giving him credit for, especially this year. So I want to give Kat a lot of credit for his work on that end, and then obviously all the wings and whatnot, Mikel, OG, Josh Hart's energy. Landry Shamet has turned himself into a solid defender, especially at the point of attack. So I want to give him credit. I do think the Knicks, if the Spurs come out, I do think the Knicks can win. I'm not saying I'll pick them, but I do think they can win. If the Thunder come out, I'm less optimistic for the Knicks. But ultimately, once you're in the series, anything can happen. But they do got to worry about beating the Cavs first, because as I said, it is Cavs in 6. So they got to deal with what's in front of them right now. But if they do get there, I think it would be cool to see the Knicks in the finals, and I think it would be deserved.
I was thinking, I had the same thought of like, oh, if the Spurs come out, they can maybe beat the Spurs, but I don't know about OKC. But I'm even starting to change my mind about that as well, especially if they're going to play with the amount of movement that they're playing with. The problem that I run into with like trying to convince myself that the Knicks can beat OKC is the version of the Knicks that's like more heavy Brunson ball, and then I see myself seeing Brunson having a lot of issues with the plethora of perimeter defensive players that OKC can throw at him and be physical with him. Case and Wallace, Alex, we can go down the list. We know what OKC has over there. Like that version of the Knicks don't stand a goddamn chance. If you're not finna put the ball in Brunson's hand and be like, hey, pick and roll OKC to death. It's not going to work. But if they play, hey, pitch it to Cat in the top of the key. We have all these body movement, man movement going. Another thing that's been fantastic with Mikal Bridges is like with the movement, now we do require you to be a basketball player and not just some analytically driven stand still 3 and D guy. Because he's coming off these actions and like just running full speed, getting into a 16-foot pull up because that's the open available shot, and he can make that consistently. It's not like something. Oh, we're gonna give. It's easy to be like, oh yeah, run Lou Dort off the line. You've won. You don't just run Mikal Bridges off the line. You've won. He can get into 1-2 dribble pull up very often, and he will hit that shot very consistently. So like, yeah, I that version of the Knicks can beat anybody. That version. But if they do that Jalen Brunson thing against OKC specifically, don't stand a goddamn chance. They're going to get beaten 4 or 5 games if they do that. Let's start breaking some people up. Of course.
I
What's
didn't even
up?
notice you sent out the link. Oh my god, of course he's first. Was
We
he
got the
first when you
lead
did the
man.
show with Lo? Was he first when you did the
No,
show with Lo?
no.
No,
Oh,
I
so it's
did
my
switch it up for low.
Technically,
Yeah,
so
I switched it
technically,
up for the low.
it's
Yeah.
with the real town hall. I'm first. Yeah, there you go.
the real one.
Technically. Yep. I'm going off
Interesting.
that. But I feel like there was somebody else that wasn't getting spoken about enough to why San Antonio wasn't really doing the greatest. Um, Champagne has been really ass to me. I'm gonna be honest. I think him not being able to like hell, he's been getting really good looks and he's like very hesitant. Sometimes he don't want to like drive, he don't want to make the right read. Even just making like a certain pass that could be open to like get better ball movement going, especially when Wemby's like not on the floor. That hurts them a lot. Um, I also think that they need to probably get into some sort of thing of having more of a hierarchy of who takes more shots instead of thinking that anybody can just get off, because against OKC, that's just not going to happen. Like, the two most effective people I feel like that's been scoring so far for the series has been Wemby and Devin Vassell. And I think Devin Vassell should probably shoot the ball a bit more. I think he's a lot more capable than people would say of being like a scorer. And I think he should get more shots up within the offense. That's all I could really say. Yeah, because I'm not watching the Knicks series. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, something about
Okay,
our guy Mars. Because this is going to be our guy. Everybody's trying to jump on the bandwagon now, but Dylan Harper.
Oh, the number 2
These
pick.
these last few games are kind of exposing his next step. He has to be able to pull up and shoot from somewhere. Now, whether it be a pull up three or
Maybe
some
something.
form of
Yes.
pull up mid range jump shot he can get to, it because they just letting him shoot that
You
shit.
can say what it is. He's a 1-level scorer.
He's one level scorer.
Yeah, right now he is.
Yeah,
he can hit up, catch and shoot three. So I don't want to just put that like he's become decent at that. But like any off the dribble shooting, it's just non-existent right now. He has to get all the way to the basket.
Last game, I did just think he was just hurt, personally. But
yeah, he didn't look good last game. Like
it
was the first game of the series. He looked bad, very disappointing.
Like he stopped driving the ball. He just started passing the ball up. Like it was just no aggression. Like towards like the later end of the game, I thought he was just hurt. So maybe that could be what it is. Castle, he just looks shell shocked. I'm gonna be honest. Like after getting hit like that a couple times, with those hard fouls, like he kept attacking, obviously, but even with to the point of I think before this series, he came into this series being like a decently knocked down shooter. Don't really try to shoot the ball all that much. Like their game plan does need to change. I also think defensively, I think they gotta look into trying to scheme something against McCain. McCain been getting off a lot.
We didn't even talk about him.
McCain been getting off a lot. He's taking
that
a
shit
lot
going
of shots
2 for
too.
10 from 3 too. He didn't even make threes, and he still had what 24, 25.
He's attacking the rim. He's attacking the rim a lot. He a little quick.
Yeah, I saw him, little boy Wemby. I saw that. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah.
Because when he did that to Cornette in game 1, everyone was like, "Net so."
I don't know. I thought was that a shoulder bump to like either the solar plexus or like the stomach to Wemby?
I mean, when you're 6'3" and he's 7'8", yeah, you know exactly pull your shoulder into his chest without jumping on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I don't know. I get hit in the stomach. I might do the same thing. I don't know, but good move regardless.
McCain really good. I don't want to victory lap the Champagne drop because I said he was going to be a playoff dropper, but realistically, he was really good in the first 2 rounds. So I'm not.
He's just like the timing of his shots and his shot IQ's been really bad. Like it'll be no passes, no touches. He just catch the ball and shoot it 14 seconds left on the shot clock after like a dead ball that happened or like a foul. And then it always turns into a transition bucket. Like every time he shoots. And I'm like, why? Like, why did you take that? And it's him, it's Keldon sometimes that'll do that. Like they gotta get into a little bit more of like a structured offense with these guys. Because sometimes, when you are hot, yes, all right, take the shots. But like obviously when OKC is catching back up, you gotta find a way to just get into a set of play where y'all could like go score or something. As well too, I don't know about last game because usually it's like a thing that you want to do for just winning teams that they get to the championships or anything like that. Like you should be able to collect 3 stops to get on a run. I don't think they got on a 3-stop run like at all in that second half or anything like that last game. So trying to find a way to just get a set of stops on OKC is also something that should be looked into because they couldn't even really give them a chance. They couldn't give themselves a chance to even go on a run if they wanted. Now, part
They
of
went
it
on a
was
little run. Was it in the third or maybe early in the fourth when they cut the
the
lead to
third,
like
yeah,
5 or
when they got it
something?
down to like 8 or 7, I
Yeah,
think.
something like that.
Mm.
But
But
it was
I
never
think,
really a
but even
question.
then,
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
I wouldn't even
feel
say that
like
was like
they
a
were
I wouldn't
going
even say that was
to
like a
it.
stop though. They just missed some shots and then they just got they capitalized. But like I'm talking about like act like real stops, like tough contest, rebound, go, tough contest, rebound, go, like something like that. But it's not even part of it is like I said, I'm not gonna. I'm trying my best to not show some of my bias. I feel like the refereeing was really bad though as well last game. Um, on
On
both
whose
ends,
part?
on both ends, honestly.
I thought the whistle clearly swayed San Antonio last night.
No,
Um,
they both had like they both had 33 free throws.
no, but
Both
I'm
teams.
saying like as far as the
I thought some of the ticky tack fouls
OKC
was bad too.
OKC to me got the benefit of the whistle. What was that? Game 2,
Hmm.
Game 3. Watching it did look like, in my opinion, that San Antonio was getting a more favorable whistle. I mean, that's not just shown through free throws. Like,
I think well, because some of the fouls that I was looking at, I thought were really bad. Like some of the ones that Caruso got for them were like I didn't believe was like real fouls. The one where Jay Will got free throws when they said that he pulled Wemby's or when Wemby pulled his arm down. I thought that was just dumb because Wemby's been getting his arm pulled for how long now? And they're not calling
But
anything.
when San Antonio challenged it in game 2 and Hartenstein was pulling Wemby's arm, the refs did the same thing. They called the foul on Hartenstein.
Yeah,
I think when there's a
they
challenge,
didn't
they
continue
call
to
it.
they didn't continue to call it though. And I think
Yeah,
because
because you run out of challenges.
yes, but the fact
They only seem
it
to
shouldn't,
call it when it's on replay. That's the only time they seem to call it. That's been consistent.
which I get. I'm talking about like certain the way how certain calls shouldn't even need to be reviewed, like
Oh,
that
I
kind of thing.
agree with that, but I'm not gonna say it favored
I'm not.
whoever because they missed. They
I'm just
called
saying
it in this game for the other team. I don't think
I'm just
that's
saying the
right.
whistle been. I think the whistle just been bad overall. Like I'm not even saying for more towards San Antonio, more towards. I think it's just been bad overall. I think it's
in
just.
Game 1, I think the whistle was great. I think that was a greatly officiated game.
Well, I'm talking
I think they
specifically for game
allow.
three.
Oh,
Specifically
I
for
know.
game
I'm
3.
saying throughout. I'm going through the series.
Mm-hmm.
Game 1 was very good in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They allow physicality on both ends, but kind of called the egregious ones in my opinion.
Yeah.
Game 2 was egregious. I don't care what you OKC me to say. What Isaiah Hartenstein was able to do in Game 2 was egregious, and that whistles swung OKC's way. In Game 3, I feel like the Spurs got the favorable whistle,
Mm.
which kind of was to be expected from all of the complaining about Wemby being fouled and whatnot. You see, iHeart was in foul trouble this game.
I heard was in
It
foul
was fair,
trouble.
low-key.
But who? Okay, Castle was in foul trouble. Keldon. Who else was in foul trouble? It was like
Well,
3 or 4
Kelvin was just
players
out
that
there
was about to be
fouling.
fouled out.
Yeah.
It was like 3 or 4 players
Yeah.
that would be fouled out though. I think Vassell had like 4 or 5. That's 4, I think.
I don't know, man. Unless it's 2018 Conference Finals Game 7, '02 Game 6, Kings Lakers. Like, unless it's like egregious, I never really leave games thinking about the refs that much.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I do know how much refereeing and like whistles can sway like momentum, which is like part of it. Which is why I'm like Caruso has some really timely like plays to where it does sway the momentum and it stops a lot of like runs. So it does help. I'm not gonna say that it's like the most important thing in the world, but I think it's part of it. And that's really it. But I when you sit there and you play a certain way and it's I'm watching OKC players just like look at the refs like yo can you call this, can you do this, and I don't know. It feels a little distasteful, like watching. But yeah,
Well,
it is what it is. What it is.
we appreciate you, Nassim. We're
Appreciate
going to
y'all.
go ahead and move on to the next person. But we definitely always appreciate the support and your commitment to being here on time and early. We appreciate
Appreciate
that.
y'all. Have a great day.
You too. Yo, what's up, Kev? How you doing?
Oh, this our Spurs fan friend, right?
Yeah, this is the Spurs fan. So I'm wanting to see what he has to say.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Hope y'all are doing well. I talked to you and Lo, Real Talk, like what, a week or two ago, and I said the same, like kind of reiterated kind of what I've been seeing in this series. Like that I thought it was going to be Thunder in 6. And even if the Spurs win this series, I think it'll be Knicks in 6. I don't have them winning either series if they make it that far. I don't think it's so tough because Wemby had that great game in that first game. But if that didn't happen, I think we're looking at 3-0 Thunder. Like it took everything out of him to squeeze that one out, like that 32-footer and all that. But just speaking of the last night's game, I think Harper just didn't look comfortable. I think that injury probably was still probably bothering him if we had to be honest. Fox looked good at the beginning, and then he got hurt again. His biggest flaw, or not biggest flaw, but the number one thing we need from him is shooting, and he's not a good shooter, so it kind of not cankles, but it's like clunks everything up at the end. Y'all talked about Keldon. I've never been a Keldon Johnson fan. I think he needs to be on a DNP list almost on a daily basis. I think it was surprising that he won 6 Man of the Year the way they used him, and I think part of it is the winning tax. Like, oh, he was on a 60 winning team. You got to give something to him, even though Dylan Harper was better off the bench. I'm from Kentucky. I live like 35 minutes away from the University of Kentucky, so I live in Big Blue Nation, and people would they have no idea what goes on in the NBA, and they're just like, Keldon Johnson's so good. I'm like, have y'all even watched this man? Do you know what defense awareness is? Because he clearly doesn't. First game, he had that bad back cut. He just let go, and Mitch Johnson said, okay, sit next to me for the rest of the game because clearly you're not getting in the game. It's hard arguing with casuals because yesterday I was watching the game with a couple of my buddies, and they said Luke Cornett got scored on. They said, you know who they need to play? Mason Plumlee. I said, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I got it. Yep. And it's tough. I do think this is good for the Spurs because a lot of times I feel like when a team wins, they forget their weaknesses, so they just say, "Hey, we won, so we're good." I think this makes them look at the three and Champagny and even a little bit of Vassell. I think Vassell's fine, but maybe add a little more size to the 3-4 wherever Champagny usually plays. I think they thought maybe Harrison Barnes could do it, but over the year they found out that was not going to happen. Just too bad of a defender and very inconsistent when real good teams show up on the schedule. Carter Bryant, I want to believe in him so much, and the idea of him might be better than who he is right now. Just too many fouls, like one-on-one defense. I think he might just do decent in, but like he just commits too many fouls, especially on fouls that you know are coming, like the pump fake, jumping into the guy when he's about to shoot. I kind of think Luke Cornett's overrated too. Over the year, I always saw this stat that like when Wemby doesn't play, they're basically an even team, and when Wemby does play, it's 14 plus, and it's like cool, but that also tells me he's not bringing anything to the table. And I get it, he's your backup center, but that kind of gets played off the court when he plays really, really good teams because they can just attack the lob, and because he's not really the most athletic. The most of his value just comes from the fact that he can protect the rim, and he's about 7'3". Man, I wrote Thunder are legit. They are. They're just a better team, I think. Sometimes I think it's okay to just say that. You don't have to go too far into it and say like, oh, it's because of this, it's because of this. Yeah, of course you can change up a little bit, but if the team is just better than you, they're just better right now. I think Dylan's Castle need another step forward in their development, especially like they're really good for where they are as rookies and sophomores. I just don't think they're championship level players right now. And then Fox, I don't know how he fits.
Well, at least for me, even when I picked the Spurs, I wasn't picking them based on are they a better team than OKC. I think OKC is the best team in the league. It's the matchup that you know people were picking the Spurs really due to the fact that hey, we don't know about OKC's role players consistently hitting shots, and so now I do think it's kind of like Monday quarterbacking to an extent because they have been able to hit the shots, right? Alex Caruso in game one. I mean, you said that, if it wasn't for a historic Wemby performance, but it also is like, hey, Alex Caruso hit 8 threes. Like, that's not on anybody's bingo card necessarily. I don't know. It's they're playing great right now. They're hitting shots. And so the defensive plan and the defensive scheme does need to switch at this point, I think. But let's see what the adjustment is. Now, if they come out still doing the same thing next game, then I really am concerned about San Antonio, but not just from like a personnel standpoint, it's from like a coaching standpoint. Hey, there's no way we're going to just keep allowing Alex Caruso to shoot wide open threes at this point. Like there's at this point, it's getting to where that's just a bad defensive decision. So let's see what San Antonio's adjustments are in game 4, right? They were able to go on the road, still won in game 1. Now, concern is the De'Aaron Fox thing. I don't know if he's going to be able to go because high ankle sprains are they're hell. I do know that they're hell, and for him to actually re-aggravate the injury with the same inverted twist that he had to get the injury originally, that's probably no fun, and he probably feels like shit the day after right now. So salute to that young man. But yeah, Dylan Harper needs to be better. Stephon Castle needs to be better, but also just like the shooting variants. Let's see if they stop doubling Shea so heavy and more so like do heavy gap help to try to encourage some of those kick out passes, but potentially get a better closeout on those kick out passes. And like at this point, I'm willing to run Alex Caruso off the line. Hey, let's run Cason Wallace off the line and then see what kind of rim decision Cason Wallace is going to make, rather than like sitting there watching him shoot wide open threes that they're making. You're gonna have to switch it up now at this point.
I think the defensive like change they can make is just play them straight up, because it's gonna sound dumb, but like if you just play Steph Castle and Carter Bryant on him, I'm not saying Carter Bryant's like a special defender, but I think just the body type and athleticism might make up for some of it. If you just play him straight up and he scores 40, what's the difference between that and then 25 and 12? Because those 12s are threes. They're not just two. So that actually adds up to more points if you think about it. Just play him straight up and see what happens. I don't, like you said, I don't trust in Caruso's or Cason Wallace's decision-making when he gets inside the paint, especially with Wemby in there. And we talked about this too, both about like –
Mars is saying he does. I mean, I would kind of trust Caruso's, but I am questioning. I'm gonna let Cason. I'm gonna see what Cason doing for sure.
And they try and make Caruso make decisions game 2. I seen what happens.
I'm running Caruso off the line because not because I question can he dribble drive, but it's like he has to be doing something else now rather than shooting wide open through. Like he's shown, hey, he's hitting that shot. So now we have to just switch it up at this point. Like you just have to.
Well, I watched Wemby try to run him off the line, him with that snatchback mini looking like Shea. But it's cool.
Yeah. Now if he's doing that, hey, you shake his hand at the end of the game and say, "Good job, bald fella." Like
you don't deserve to touch that much quality. You don't deserve.
Okay. All right.
You can salute me. That's what you can get.
Okay.
That's what you're gonna get. You get to touch this hand right here. How dare you? That's Alex Caruso. But anyway, carry.
I do think also Wemby's offense needs to change just a little bit. The whole going one-on-one hezzy tween thing doesn't work. I hate to say it, like as much of a Wemby fan I am, that shit looks good when it goes in, but when it doesn't go in, it doesn't look good, and most likely it usually doesn't go in. it looks amazing. A 7'5" guy going hezzy tween and then pulling up for a midi, great. But then the other 4 out of 5 times just not going in, and it's just like just get to the shot that's more successful. And I think posting him up more is more beneficial. And he does tend to do a little bit of grifting too. As much as we talk about Shea, he does a little bit of that. And try to get that. So I understand that. Just try to do that more. See if you can do a little more switching. Maybe like have him come off of pin downs and see if that works any better, and see if that could be something you can go to, or get Ihart in trouble, foul trouble, because he had 5 fouls yesterday. Some of them were due to Wemby as well. Also, I think maybe next year get like maybe a little more of a true point guard, if that can happen. Just like somebody that only looks for Wemby. Like Chris Paul last year, I think was a big deal for Wemby, not just because like he was such a high IQ player, but just because he knew he's not there to score, but he's just there to feed Wemby a little bit, like lobs, easy cuts, just posts and all that sort of thing. I don't know if that's something they have in common, or if that's what they're thinking at all. And this is a little more of a niche Spurs thing. So I don't know if y'all relate to this or probably have thought of this, but I just don't think Mitch Johnson's the guy either long term. Basically, he does.
Damn, we just getting rid of everybody.
Well, winning masks over a lot of things, and I'm somebody that always looks at like the small things. He does nothing for the defense. There's a guy by the name of Sean Sweeney who sits on his bench that does all of the defense.
That's the white ginger dude, right?
Yes.
I think.
Go ahead.
No, I was just make sure we're talking about the same guy.
Yeah, with the short hair. Yeah, he's whenever they score, the other team beside the Spurs score, he just goes crazy on the bench. And you can tell that's the defensive maniac. He came from the Dallas Mavericks last year, and he's the associate head coach. Even Wemby says it straight up, like all of the defensive, upgrades they've done is because of him. Mitch Johnson has nothing to do with the defense, and I think that's a little bit of a problem when your head coach has no, I guess you can say, like expertise on one side of the ball at all. And I'm not saying he's the only one, but it kind of so like open. It's just kind of wild. Maybe somebody a little better, maybe a little more on the X's and O's. I don't know. Defensively, they struggle a lot with Wemby off the court. Yesterday in the first half, I read a stat that they Thunder had a 200 net rating offensively with those 5.5 minutes Wemby didn't play in the first half. I didn't think that was even possible, but all right. Yep. That was a little interesting.
Was it? You said a 200?
They had a 200 offensive rating when Wemby was off the floor for 5.5 minutes, and for the 18 and a half.
Ended up making like 4 or 5 threes in that stretch. So
that numbers help if you're going. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, it was just
no way there was a team that had a 200 offensive rating at any point. There's no way.
I saw the stat. It was just the first half stats. It was 18 and a half minutes Wemby on the court, 5.5 minutes Wemby off the court, 18 and a half minutes, 97 defensive rating, 5.5 minutes, 200 defensive rating. Their offense went from 121 to 50.
It's not great. Like, in my opinion, it's not great.
Yeah, just a smidge. I think a smidge below expectations.
Which is why if I could give Wemby any trait, it would be Iverson's endurance, man. Let him play 48 minutes in the playoffs like Iverson could. There you go. Win a chip every year.
I mean, he trained with the monks. What happened? Where's the training?
Exactly. He was dribbling up, what was it? Dribbling up mountains or whatever they said he was doing.
4 to 5 hours. Well, the game is only 48 minutes.
I know that, but he can't play for 48 minutes. Yeah, something not adding up here. I don't know what to
I think there's a little clubbing going on in that whole dribbling and everything.
Probably can't be the good, man. You think Bron couldn't play 48 minutes right now?
Shit.
Come on, man. Real good.
We thank you, Kevin, for your time.
Okay.
We thank you. I'm not going to have you up here dealing with this version of Mars. You're right. So we thank you. I'm not going to waste your time with that. Thank you, Kevin. Always great. Always insightful. Make sure you continue to pull up too. Also, I think you're a little down, man. I think you're being a bit pessimistic, in my opinion, right? I know you guys are down, but y'all are young. Mitch Johnson is young. He has time to develop. This is what, his second year?
Yeah.
Yeah, let him go through some growing pains, man. It doesn't happen overnight. It's never happened overnight. I feel like you're more like, damn, we got to fix stuff now. Because obviously you've gotten this close already, so you're far ahead of schedule. Just remember that you're far ahead of schedule.
I do
So
want to
I don't.
rebut a lot of times we do see that the teams that struggle more are the teams that keep something for way too long than when they give something way quicker. Like in terms of like giving up on a player or something like that. I think a lot of times we just get stuck with the comfort zone, and I don't want to. That's what my problem is as a Spurs fan. And if I just like put myself away from that, I'm looking at this series very objectively. Like we have a lot of flaws. Our shooting still needs to be a lot better than what it is, and the shooters that we thought we had aren't real shooters when it comes to playoffs, like Champagny and even Vassell. He had one good game in game 2, but beside that, he's been shooting like 29% over the playoffs, I think. Like that's your supposedly second best shooter, and he's doing that. So that kind of doesn't help either. I also do think you're down on one person a little too much, which is Stephon Castle. I think you were being a little too harsh on him. With the turnovers, I understand 20 turnovers in 2 games is never good, but I think he also has the toughest assignment on the court too, and I think that plays a part in it a lot.
I may come across as too harsh on Castle because I just think some of the people that I interact with put him in some conversations that he's not there yet. But I do think Castle is a good. I mean, he's a very good year 2 guard. I mean, clearly, very good defensive guard. Can take on a multitude of point of attack assignments. He can guard bigger forwards. He can guard guards as well. Cool passer in pick and roll. Can make a lob read. Can make a kick out pass. Like he's cool. But there are definitely some deficiencies there that concern me. The lack of jump shooting ability, the turnovers, the decision making at times just very questionable. So yeah, I mean, but he's a year 2 guard. I'm sure that'll get better as time goes by.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all. Y'all have a good one.
All right, appreciate you, Cal.
Yeah.
Let me see. Who I wanna. Let me get this thing.
How we doing, brother? Real talk.
I'm good, man. How you doing?
We got a Knicks fan.
How the Martian doing up here? Doing all right. All right. First, before I get off into the Knicks and before I get off into it, chat, I hope y'all doing all right as well. I got some. Make sure y'all educating yourselves right here. This the book right here. This called The Human Zoo. It's about how they had our people out in zoos, y'all. Right? Make sure y'all getting your education in. Okay? Second book, The Revolution in Seattle. Right? This one right here is about how the labor unions revolted in 1919, right? If you want to know why Massa doing you so bad and everything is getting worse in your life, you got to learn about the labor unions, the movements, learn about it, y'all. Trust me, learn about it. Learn you something, all right?
He bullshitting, but he ain't lying.
Now, on to the San Antonio Spurs. The De'Aaron Fox conversation, I think, has been very, hateful and disingenuous, right? Has he been performing to the standard in which a player like De'Aaron Fox should be performing to? No, but it's De'Aaron Fox. Relax. It's De'Aaron. What the fuck was that? It's De'Aaron Fox. All right, calm down, y'all. He has been a good turnover suppressant and a heady point guard. I know the commentators are saying it too much and they're acting like he's Chris Paul, but he's not, right? But you look at the numbers, the turnover numbers, and just the overall flow of the offense when De'Aaron Fox is on the court and when De'Aaron Fox does not play, it's clear that De'Aaron Fox does have positive impact on the game, right? Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper, I don't know if y'all feel this way too, but they don't feel like point guards. I don't even know if they feel like shooting guards. They just feel like guards. They kind of play basketball. Neither of them are really great post-entry passers, which I think that's something that Chilltown talks about a lot, which I think is something that's very underrated. The fact that they are like barely lobbing up these rinky-dinky ass passes to Wemby that are getting picked off is sad, right? They clearly need a point guard who can actually get them the ball. That's not De'Aaron Fox, but he's better than
I
those.
it do be like so weird to be watching them not be able to throw the ball to somebody who has the largest catch radius in probably the sports history, damn near. Like, and then it's always too low. Like, throw the ball up. Like, I don't get that. He's 7'5". He's taller than everybody. Why are you even throwing a pass that can get deflected by Caruso? Why is that even a thing? If you threw it up, Caruso can't even get to the pass. I don't know. He can't. He's not Superman, Mars. Okay, it's a human being. Throw the ball up, please.
I do think a part of it is Wemby not making himself as available as he should be, right? Like, he's not. But at the end of the day, he's 8 feet tall. It really doesn't matter. You should just be able to throw him the ball at the end of the day. But I do think Wemby could do a little better at getting post positioning, stealing people off, right? He kind of just uses the fact that he's super long to catch the ball and then maybe do a move when he really don't even need to do a move. You could just catch the ball in proper positioning and go up and score. But that's enough on the Spurs for right now. That I want to get off on the Spurs. Now, when we're talking about the New York Knickerbockers, right? The New York Knickerbockers, who played in the first NBA game, right? Y'all probably didn't know that. They played in the very first NBA game, right? You should know your history, right? Know your history. Learn, read.
Pick now, your head up, Mars.
First off, I want to get this off. Wait, let me put it on. Let me put it on real quick. Because we got to represent. Let me put it on.
You're being disrespectful to our supporters, Mars.
Let me put it on. It's okay. You can run from it, but you can't deny it because we here, right? And I want to talk to the Martian real quick. I want to talk to the Martian. Now, when I told him that Karl Anthony Towns was going to be an elite all-NBA level player, right? He laughed at me.
Oh, man, your Wi-Fi is cooking you, man.
It's over. It's over. Next person. Come on. We might actually be able to get out of here on time if you lock in. Man. You might be able to get out of here on time if you lock in real quick. Next person.
No, you're gonna have to try to come back.
Nah, he doesn't need to try anything. It's over.
Gonna have to try to come back.
It's over. Unfortunate. We leave him prosper.
Yo, what's up?
Hey man, back the hell up, bro. Nobody want to be this close to you, gang. What's wrong with you, bro? Goodness gracious. You all up in the camera. That is great. You look like an auntie on FaceTime, nigga. What is wrong with you?
Eating some pizza, damn.
What's up? What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Chilling. So I got some thoughts. One second. I got some thoughts.
Football. You're not going to be smacking up here, bro. Hey, you need to eat
later. I got some thoughts. So, question. Who knew it would be a bad idea to leave NBA players on a good team wide open all series? From 3. Who knew? I don't know. I was told on Friday that, it's a good strategy. It's a good defensive strategy. It worked in game 1. Yeah, as Mars said, process over outcomes, especially over a series. This is not a 1-game sample size. Who knew? Who knew leaving guys wide open from? Listen, they made 17 threes last night. Shot 44% from 3. And Jared McCain went 2 for 10 on many wide open threes. San Antonio has ran out of ideas on how to defend OKC. They tried the double big lineup at the end of the game. That looked like it was getting fried every possession. That's not good for San Antonio offensively nor defensively. So to me, OKC should win this in 5, considering that they had a 15-0 lead to start the game and ended up losing by 20. So that means after that 15-0 lead, they got blown out.
Blasted. Yeah.
They got blasted. Yeah, this wrap this up. And like I really can't believe people were trying to tell me that this strategy that they were using to defend OKC was smart. I'm like, bro, you can't leave guys wide open all series, man. It's a recipe for disaster. And like, I don't know what your thoughts on it. Real talk, and Mars, if y'all been talking about it.
I've been saying it. Mars now kind of gets this from me. I don't think leaving people wide open is defense. You have to be such a bad shooter for me to believe
Exactly
that is like real defense. You have to be
How bad?
sore. You have to be that bad.
Yeah.
Giving pro players warm up threes. Hey man,
you're gonna lose.
Eventually, they're going to start hitting.
Yes.
They just are. And they just are.
And it's not like you're playing the Pistons.
Not necessarily, but you know.
No, but bro, you're not playing the Pistons.
More times than not, if you continue to give a player, and I'm not even talking about like, because the Spurs are starting to do some of this where it's like wide open, but like with a closeout at least,
right?
Or something. I'm saying you can't give pros swing. Oh, I get to line up the seams in my hand, and bro, they're gonna start hitting those.
Yeah.
Eventually, they are. They're going to start hitting those shots, bro.
It's not good defense, and as soon as Shea, I was like, there is Shea.
By the way, I know you missed.
There were a Shea like
show on my bed, so it's a big target.
There were a Shea
sleep amongst the
like C game away from being down 3-0. Like I don't know why people thought like this, like that was a good process. I'm like, Caruso hit 8 threes. Like I understand you think but it's like when he's getting that profile of look, they're gonna go down. And Knicks fans, I'm sorry, y'all are getting too hyped because if and when OKC advances, have you ever worked out with ankle weights? Any of you? You work out with ankle weights and you take and then you take them off
and then
you feel like you're. So imagine what that's going to feel like when they had to deal with someone like the rim protection of Wemby, and then they get to go play the Knicks. Similar sensation. You know what I mean? Like they're going to go from having to deal with that rim protection and being like, oof, we don't have to deal with a generational rim protector for the rest of the series. Like, and then when they get to play against Jalen Brunson. And I don't know, man. I don't see that. Like these Knicks fans are high and mighty right now. They're gonna get a rude awakening in the finals, in my opinion. Like the Cavs aren't OKC. Like the reverse is gonna happen on the opposite side, where they're gonna go from the Cavs to OKC. Like Knicks, enjoy this moment. Congrats on getting to the finals. Whoop-de-woo. Becky Hammond was wrong. Jalen Brunson's the greatest Knick. Blah blah blah. Cool. You guys are gonna get a rude awakening in the finals. It's gonna be y'all might get one game, honestly, against OKC, in my opinion. So that's pretty much.
Even if J-Dub doesn't play,
they can. They need to trade J-Dub when they can't get rid of him. I'm sick of it.
And trade him for who to get what back?
Something. Whatever they need. Whatever they need. Whatever Sam Presti and that team thinks they need, trade J-Dub for it. Whether it's another shooter.
They think they need J-Dub.
A wing. I just don't see J-Dub. To me,
trade a wing to get a wing?
Yeah. Get a better wing. Get a better shooter. I don't know.
Who's a better wing than J-Dub? They're just out here?
Can they get MPJ?
Football.
Let's get a better wing than J-Dub. Michael Porter Jr. Cool. I guess, salute.
Who are they? Could
they get LeBron?
I
have bad news to tell you, brother.
I don't even think that would be a trade, but yeah, I'm also gonna salute to Bron, man. Salute to Bron.
Bron should just trade. He should go to Minnesota. I know he won't. But I actually
like the Minnesota fit, actually.
Yeah, like I think he should go to Minnesota and play for dubious handles.
Julius, yeah, dude, yeah.
Bron gonna move halfway across the country for sure.
Yeah, get him. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's not happening, but as far as basketball fit wise, I definitely like Minnesota.
Yeah, I just feel like Ant could learn a lot as well. For that 1 year project, whatever it would be.
That team's also missing passing and playmaking, which is like the one thing Bron still does at an elite level outside of playing in transition. Because mind you, I do want Bron fans to know those are the only two elite things LeBron James still does on the basketball court.
IQ
go passer, elite transition player. Other than that, trash over the top shot maker, not a good not that great of a defensive player. Mid-range game, we don't even have to get into that at this point. Like, it's, but hey, he still runs very fast with the runway and jumps high, and one of the best passers in the league still to this day. That works on Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly. And then the one last thing before I go, we got to talk about it. This brother, Alex Caruso, special. Absolute masterclass. Like, listen, I've rarely seen a role player that optimizes every single possession and action of the game. Like, OKC will miss, like literally any time San Antonio thought they were going to get momentum back, Caruso came up with a play, whether it's a charge, little steal, deflection out of bounds, causing a turnover, offensive board, touch pass, to a assist to a corner three. Just like, this guy is incredible role player. One of the best role players legitimately I've ever seen since I started watching NBA.
I'm so upset.
Yeah, Pelinka, good job. Yeah, good, nice.
He was on our team.
He left the Lakers 5 years ago.
I don't care if it was 10 years ago. I don't care. The man is a really good basketball player. So one of those I was saying that all last night on my stream football. It was like, damn, these little plays that Alex Caruso makes throughout the course of a game that are so impactful. That charge on Stephon Castle for the inbound pass.
Exactly.
Play. There was another play the Spurs that started like making a run, and then they tried to advance pass to De'Aaron Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Advance pass to get up the court, and then Alex Caruso hits the ball that goes off
of De'Aaron Fox, bro.
Just these huge little plays that Alex Caruso makes consistently throughout a basketball game, and it's like, man,
hitting momentum threes. I'm just like, bro, this guy hits. Bro, he hit that fadeaway going out of bounds. He had movement. I was like, okay, all right.
He hit a movement three, fading away. Who is this guy right now?
Yeah, I was like, this guy, bro. Mars, legitimately. If I know people, he could legitimately, he legitimately win Western Conference Finals MVP. Like, he's being elite this series. Like, this has been from game 1 to 3, like every possession.
Low key. Look,
I'm not joking.
Okay,
Shai will win it. Shai will win it. But like, if someone were to give it to Caruso, I wouldn't be mad at it. Like, you couldn't be mad at it, especially considering game 1.
3 games.
Who's really been better?
Shai's had a bad game. Caruso hasn't.
Yeah, Caruso's had nothing. I don't think Caruso's had less than an A game this whole series.
Caruso hasn't had this masterclass that Shai just had last night.
Game 1 wasn't a masterclass because we lost. Has Shai ever made 8 threes in a game?
He doesn't need to make 8 threes to have a masterclass.
I'm just asking, has he ever done it?
Bruh, if how is game 1 not a masterclass from a bench player?
It's masterclass from a star player.
Yeah, bro, he had 8 threes and he was good defensively. There was that one, for instance, he was also great defensively because up until he got worn down, and then when we started catching the ball deeper, he was doing a great job on Wemby as well. And then he also caused that turnover. I was referencing this in on Friday. They botched a lot of fast breaks. There was one turnover he caused on Wemby that I think caused a 3-on-1 fast break. He passed it ahead and then didn't get the ball back. And it didn't result in a bucket. And then San Antonio, I think, turned around and scored. Like, bro, Caruso was an animal in game 1. He's hitting momentum threes. He's making clutch defensive bro, and his rotations are always on time as well. Like this dude hasn't like I've watched every possession and he's just been like perfect. I have nothing like A+ is around for Caruso. Like he's the best role player in the league until further notice. I'm not hearing it. I don't know who else y'all have, but
Wait, who you said what?
he's the best role player in the league to me.
Oh, best role player in the league.
I mean, I'm offended you're calling him a role player, but
Yeah, I mean,
He's a role player, Mars.
whatever. You know,
What
in
else
the
would he be,
playoffs?
Mars?
shut up. You know, in the playoffs, the worst defense that Caruso's been on when he's been on the court is negative 8.8. That's the worst defense he's been on. So when he's on the court, his average is negative 12.5. And that includes his Chicago year, by the way. In that 4 games, they were a negative 10 defense when Caruso was on the court.
he's just such a high IQ defensive player. Question for you, real talk. In the last 2 games, and particularly last night, how do you think Wemby played? If you had to give him a letter grade,
B.
yeah, that's fair.
He's been like B+ last 2 games.
Yeah,
He's not having these A performances right now though. Like he's been cool, but he hasn't been.
that 26 wasn't that impactful. Like he would, even when he was scoring, I was just like, it's cool. I just don't think it was like transformative. And the reffing was egregious at the start of that 3rd quarter. I know people are going to look at the the end of the 3rd quarter and be like, "Oh, it was even. You know, they had equal amount of free throws." I'm like, yeah, except San Antonio started with like a 18-3 advantage in the 3rd quarter on free throws. It was disgusting. Like,
Oh, you were saying it was disgusting against OKC?
Oh, absolutely. Like,
yeah. I agree. That's what I was saying. Like the Spurs definitely had got the better whistle.
Yeah,
I did forget what part of the game that was, but yeah,
3rd quarter.
It was a part of it was 3rd quarter. Yeah, they called like,
bruh, you couldn't
4 or 5 straight fouls against OKC. It was kind of crazy. And then here's what referees always do though to like CYA
even it out.
Yeah, so then later on in the quarter or whatnot, you know, they started calling some more fouls on San Antonio. So like when you look at it, it didn't look as
exactly
and whatnot. But like it was crazy that part of the game when it was like, okay.
Like, yeah, people will try to gaslight you and be like, "Oh, it was even." I'm like, bruh, no. They were trying to get the Spurs back into the game. And they couldn't actually even it up. And then when they couldn't even it up, then they're just like, whatever. Like, that shit was egregious. The only reason they gave that flagrant was because of the reaction by Stephon Castle. Like, I was like, come on, dog. Like,
I think people be thinking like this kind of talk is like conspiracy. But like, in my opinion, it makes sense for the NBA to do that. Because mind you, people, like, yes, you want to have integrity of the game. This is an entertainment product.
Right.
So it would make sense for, hey, let's try to help the Spurs get back into it a little bit, because then it's going to be a better product for people to watch. We're going to keep more eyes. We're going to keep more retention if this is an actual good game.
But do you know what's not
that makes sense?
But do you know what's not a good product? A million fouls. Like that 3rd quarter was just the ref show. I was like, okay, cool. Like there was a stretch where I swear San Antonio's scored like 10 or 12 straight points were just all for free throws. They didn't score a field goal. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we're just going to watch a free throw shooting contest. Like, just, yeah, I don't think the Spurs have an answer. I think they're wearing down as well, too. That double OT and the OKC's depth is really prevailing. Fox is hurt, hobbled. Harper's clearly not playing at 100%. I think Wemby is getting tired near the end of these games. I mean, they can't even sit this man for a minute. Like, especially in the 3rd quarter, they took him out and then they brought him back in within like 90 seconds. I was like, okay. Oh, Jalen Williams hit 5 threes. Who knew? Maybe you shouldn't leave guys wide open from 3. Like, I don't know. I think people had wishful thinking about OKC, the Spurs defense after game 1, but that shit's not sustainable. That's just not sustainable. So.
Well, again, not how they're playing right now. They could go to something more similar to what the Lakers did in game 4, which is like, no, we're not hard doubling Shea and just putting 2 on the ball, but we can heavy gap help. We can feign at him off ball, like get him uncomfortable, just try to switch up some looks, but they're just hard putting 2 on the ball. And like Mars was referencing earlier in the stream, like just playing 4 on 3 consistently, it's not going to win. That's just, you're playing at a disadvantage. You can't do that.
Before I go, who y'all got tonight?
Cavs.
I actually do have the Cavs getting this one. I think if they do win a game this series, it's this one. Because if they go down 3-0, the Knicks are for sure completing the sweep.
Right.
You remember what the Knicks did in game 4. Also, the Knicks low-key been killing on the road, too. They be, I don't know what it is, but they for sure know how to close out a team on their home floor. So
it's Philly.
May not be thinking just because we at home, we got this.
Well, that's because road games against Philly are really.
Yeah, it's Philly, really a road game.
Yeah, that's just another.
I'm saying they did it in Atlanta too. When they beat the brakes off Atlanta, that was in Atlanta.
That's Atlanta though. They're frauds.
Yeah, it's the Hawks.
The Hawks.
Cleveland.
Yeah, the best team in the East. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to tell you, this East, when OKC waxes New York in the finals, we're gonna be back here. I'm gonna tell people, I'm like, the East, like the Knicks is. I've watched the Cavs. More the Knicks are fine, but the Cavs are just not. Don't scream ECF team to me. Like, I don't know. Here's weak.
Disrespect the Knicks. I'm gonna get a Knick person up here to go at you. You keep disrespecting.
Oh, Bob.
Now Bob not back here, and Ken 10, since his stuff froze, hasn't been back either.
No, I have nothing against the Knicks. I just don't think they're as good. I think they're hype, and I get it. I'd be happy if my team went to the finals, so like enjoy it. But I just don't. I think the levels, they're gonna be shown levels.
Wait a minute, Mars.
Oh my God. Hello.
No, don't. Oh my God. Don't. Oh my God to me. I do find it quite interesting.
Me too.
I find it interesting that a guy whose favorite player, guys whose favorite player has made a legacy off. Oh, he got to the finals. He got to the finals. When everybody knows he was playing in a subpar conference.
Oh, he coming for you, football. He ain't coming for me.
Yeah, he playing.
Oh, I thought he was coming for me. I was like, what's going on?
No. Can I ask you a question? So I can ask you a question.
But I'm just saying, like, for you to be trying to like downplay the Knicks right now is very interesting.
No, I'm not. It's not. It's not downplay. It's contextual analysis. Like, y'all need to stop doing this. Because every time y'all say I'm
actually LeBron was in the worst conference as well.
I don't believe so. In contextual, he went to the finals 8 straight times. What I'm trying to say,
right, in a worse conference.
Well, what I'm trying to say, he had 4 wins. What I'm trying to say,
he was what?
What I'm trying to say, real talk. What I'm trying to say, real talk, is that I just don't. Let me put it this way. I just think it's not just that the teams are bad. I think the superstar balance is also pretty crazy. As of recently, even within the last 5 years, it's just like I wish Giannis was on a contending team so that he would have a chance, right? To come out. I just don't think I like Brunson might be the best player in the conference, which would be a crazy statement, but I don't know.
Good evening. How you doing?
So he's here. We're good.
How you doing?
You have a great team. I don't know why you think I got smoked for the Knicks. I didn't think y'all
I'm
gonna.
not saying that, but what I'm trying to say is through the evaluation of the Knicks, I think that you need to give the East a better shot. The reason why I'm saying that, go ahead, because the reason why I'm saying that is because the Knicks, not even just them, everyone has been improving in the West. When you look at, I mean, in the East, when you look at the winning streaks, when you look at how this year the East has actually stepped up a lot. I don't know why you have so much hate for people who actually are improving.
I
Like,
don't
what
have
about? Is it
hate.
because the Cavs? Is it because the Cavs have
I
no
don't.
defense? What is it about the Cavs when the Knicks beat them that you're gonna say, oh, the
I
Knicks
thought,
didn't
bro.
deserve this?
I thought the Cavs. This has nothing to do with the Knicks. I thought the Cavs were weak in round one. I always thought the Cavs were mid. Like Jonathan Mitchell is a mercurial player. He'll be great one night and then shoot tour dates.
A mercurial player.
Whatchamacallit? James Harden, same thing. I can't trust that man. They got Dean Wade getting cardio. Like, what do you mean? I have to worry about.
But
Come on, bro.
We're not doing another 45 minutes anyway.
Why are you real talk? I'm just trying to. Come on, you know what I'm saying, bro.
No,
Pistons.
I'm talking to Mars. That was in response to Mars.
Yeah.
The chat, first off, on phone them is crazy out of this nigga.
You
And
you
he
ain't
said-
seen the you ain't seen the video of some white lady playing 2K? You ain't seen it? Oh,
She
that shit
said on
hilarious.
phone them.
Yeah, that shit hilarious. If you ain't seen it, man, someone I don't know her app, but it's some white lady. I don't know where she from, but that shit's hilarious.
But
I mean, we definitely say that down here in the South, but
no, but she said on foreign them. That's what she said.
Oh, she said on foreign them.
Shit was hilarious. I promise that shit was funny.
That's crazy.
But anyway, y'all, I got to head out. Knicks, I hope y'all do well. I hope you sweep these bums because the Cavs stink, in my opinion. Don't let this go.
I think the Cavs might get one because one thing about Donovan Mitchell, when he's home, he plays a lot better, and Cavs are a better home team. So if they're gonna win, I think they might win Game 5 because I think that this game he might be still a little bit injured. He wasn't driving left to right laterally too well. I'm just saying, football, you got to look at the film, man. You got to go back and watch the East. The East has gotten better. They're not a bunch of bums.
They are a bunch of bums. I got with you. Let me go through it. Let me go through these.
All right.
Detroit got no offense. They just don't have champion. They don't meet the threshold for offense championship wise. Like frauds. Should have lost to Orlando if Franz was healthy. They would have lost to 8 seed. Fraudulent. Boston. Joe Mazzulla loves to chuck threes indiscriminately. He's an unethical coach and they're unethical team. Frauds. Knicks. Congrats, you got Brunson.
Championship.
I know that's why I'm looking in the sky like they just won a championship.
I don't care. Process over outcomes. They played one of the terrible Dallas team who can't play.
Nah. You can't process over outcomes. Championship unit.
Yes, I can. Because I can process over outcomes. The Milwaukee Bucks in 2021. That was
you need therapy, bro. I think you need some therapy to work on that because you just.
I do need therapy, but not.
Okay, no. The reason why I say that is because you say you say like Detroit, they have good defense but no offense, and then you look at the Magic and you say they would have been good if one of these players wasn't hurt. I'm like you're making excuses for why to you that they're not good, but in actuality, it's a part of the game, and even if Franz was there, it wouldn't help your case right now. All I'm trying to say is just open up your ears, bro, because there's a lot of basketball that you're gonna miss. The East is not weak.
We went to two before. I think there's 5 teams in the West
how good they are.
That would win the East. That's just my opinion.
Football.
Go ahead.
Oh, because I'm a football said he had to go, and I do want to go ahead and start rotating some people. But
all right, well, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just dropped it to football.
You
stay for a bit?
Huh?
Can I stay here for a bit? I know I just came in to mess with football.
Yeah, you can say definitely what you need to say, Bob. I'm gonna let you get the floor. But football, before you get up out of here, I was just wondering, like, any like relatives, like sisters, cousins, or something. Not you, but the person that you had introduced us to
Oh, brother.
Do they have any sisters,
I'm
cousins,
about to be out here in 15 minutes. You keep acting like this. Go down.
sisters,
Now I
cousins?
know why
You know what
Mars
I'm
put
saying?
that on his mouth.
None. You ain't gonna put me on football. That's crazy. That's
The game is
crazy.
to be. You know what? Never mind. I'll see you later.
All right. What's
You
up?
just
What's
let
up?
that
What's
man-
up?
You just let that man ruin your day, didn't you? Nah, but real.
No, I'm just
But all I gotta say is I hope tonight the Knicks win. The problem I do see with this team is Cavs stay consistent offensively. I think the Knicks will be in trouble, and the fact that they're home tonight, I really do see that the Knicks can win Game 3, but Game 4, I think that's when the Cavs will start to get into a right stride. Because at this point, the way they're doing their tandem defense offense with where they have Mobley. They have Mobley, Harden, Strauss, and Merrill. Like the way they rotate them and then rotate the other guys out back and forth and using them in tandem, I don't think it's gonna actually help them. They have to find a way to use someone to create for them. And I hate to say it, but James Harden is probably the only one that can do it. The next thing is even though that they tried to do the late help defense with Brunson, when Brunson is hunting for Harden and they had Mobley on the back end, sometimes that doesn't work. What you would have to do is kind of cut Brunson off before he gets to his like second or third motion. So pretty much there's a lot of things I think the Cavs can do to slow us down, but I just think that Game 3, the Knicks are going to be locked in, and I see the game going about, let's say, 119 to 108 Knicks. But I'm telling you, if the Cavs focus on actually letting Brunson hunt Harden and then having a second, not just Mobley in the back end and the dunker spot to step up and try to block, but actually have someone attack from the side as he's going, they can mess him up and get him out of his groove. They did it with Indiana. The Pacers did it last year. A lot of teams, that's how you bump Brunson off his rhythm. But if he's doing what he did last game with the assist, I think we're going to be in for a good game. But that's all. I hope you guys have a good night. Go New York, go New York, go. Be safe, y'all. All right?
yes, sir. Appreciate you, Bob.
No
Appreciate
problem.
you. Always
Everyone be as
appreciate.
concise as Bob, please.
See, Mars is not a man. I'm a man of the people. You see what I'm saying? A man of the
You
people.
can be a man of the people by yourself. You keep going on like this. Man, yeah, I'm tired, man. It's 10 o'clock. I'm tired. Oh, sleep.
I'm telling you, you're the one that preferred this time. I asked you.
Because the other
and
option
you
was after the
preferred
game when
this
I'm
one.
gonna be asleep.
What's
The
good,
option
dog? Can
was,
you hear
oh, do you want the time right before you go and sleep? Actually, no. I preferred an hour before the time we started, actually. We would have been out here by now. So no, shut up. I didn't prefer this time.
Well, actually, we'd be like winding down, maybe.
That's the problem. Now you're saying we'd be going for 2.5 hours. That's what you'd be saying.
No.
Hello, Mr. Man in the car.
How you
What's good,
doing,
dog? Can you hear me?
K-Town? How you doing, man? How you
We
doing?
can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. I'm gonna be quick. Just to save some Mars some time, you know.
Appreciate it.
I want to ask you, the past 3 games of Wemby, has this changed your mind on whether he's the best player in the world or not?
No.
Okay. What about you, real talk?
He put himself more firmly in that conversation than I initially had him.
Mm.
And we did a stream after game 1, and I wanted the performance damn near had me there. But then even by the end of the stream, I was like, nah, still give it to Shay because it's earned and not given, and the usual spiel I go into. So I still have it Shay right now. But
Okay,
like
yeah.
I said, he's definitely put himself in that conversation.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the scoring. I know yesterday the rebounding wasn't good, and the perimeter defense, I think, is a little bit lackluster at times. But I think the impact is undeniable. You're looking at somebody who can't, the moment he comes off the floor, the team is just completely shits the bed. You're looking at Keldon Johnson is not doing his role, not playing a good role. You're looking at Dylan Harper, looks like he's playing with one leg. And I think that's usually the reason why the impact is so, the on-off numbers are usually looking the way they're looking right now. But I think the impact is undeniable. And I think it's unfortunate that he's playing a team where the bench is so deep. So, Shea comes off the floor and then the OKC can just run up the score. So I feel like it's kind of making it look a little bit askew. Because I've seen people talk about, okay, this proves that why Shea is better than Wemby. But I'm just like, if the Spurs benches just shows up competently, then we're having a way better, different conversation because he's winning all his minutes. I think he's a +4 in this game. And then when he's off the floor, it's like a -19 without him. So I think people are being a little bit, like you said, I think he was a B type of game. I don't think it was amazing or A+, but I think, he was still really impactful. So, but that's not my main point today. I wanted to talk to Real Talk. I wanted to say, what's your beef with MJ?
What's my beef with Michael Jordan?
Yeah. I feel like Michael Jordan FC. I'm Michael Jordan FC. So we're really down bad right now. Everybody is just really shitting on MJ the past couple of years. He had the left hand thing that was a bad saga for us. So and then you have I think everybody is mostly majority of people nowadays think LeBron is the GOAT. Whatever. I just want to see like what's your? I know this summer you have a plan about okay, we're gonna really expose MJ. What's the angle there? What's the reasoning?
You think that I'm going to reveal what positions and what stands and I'm going to be taking for MJFC to get ahead of it and find a counter? Absolutely.
No. What I'm trying to ask you is
he wants to know why you're doing this in the first place.
Yeah, I just don't get it because like y'all are up right now. If you're a LeBron James is the GOAT, whatever. Like, there's no real point. Like, majority of people I see on social media is like, okay, LeBron's the GOAT, yada yada yada. I'm just like, I like to live in my own little world over here in this little circle. Like because I watch Player Choice and all that stuff, and I'm in this little world with you guys. I watch all the content. I just don't understand the reasoning behind it. You know what I mean? Like I think the horse has been beat already to death.
Well, it's funny how because you're a fan of MJ, so I guess your perspective would be like, oh, he's getting attacked right now, or MJFC is down. I know you said that earlier. I just don't perceive it that way. I think of the GOAT level players, he probably receives the least amount of pushback and or criticism, in my opinion. Like the left hand stuff over what was that last offseason or something like that? Like that was cool and cute, but like that wasn't too bad in all honesty. Like not from what LeBron faces on a day-to-day basis in the social media era.
Yeah, that's fair.
So also I just feel like some of his lack of performing or underperformances kind of get glossed over due to the 6 years that he was dominant, right? And so people don't look at some of these other series or playoff games where he did underperform. He wasn't good, right? And also just feel like some of the advantage that he had as a guard was specifically playing in the era that he played in. Some people try to use that as like, oh, this is why we should catapult him up even more. And in my opinion, when you're the best guard in a big man era, that means there was less comp in or around your position than like when these other players came along after you, because you did set the foundation for guard/wings can be the best player. And so now there are more of these players going around in the league and better defenses set up to stop said players afterwards because you set the precedent. So yeah, that's kind of why I think he gets hoisted into a realm of player that like, oh, can't nobody touch Michael Jordan. It's like, actually, no, there are players that are in or around Michael Jordan's league.
I think my thing, as for the GOAT debate or whatever, I mean, if you have LeBron, I don't have a problem with that. It really is no argument. If you're doing the longevity versus peak thing. I think for me, I just struggle with when I know, in my mind, when I think that MJ is better as a better player, it's very awkward for me when someone asks me, okay, who's the GOAT? I'm like, well, longevity versus peak, but it's like I think MJ is better at basketball. So it's where does that leave me? You know what I mean? So it's a very awkward conversation. So I have to just say, okay, well, if I think a player is better than player A is better than player B, it's very strange for me to go walking around talking about, well, LeBron's the GOAT, but I just think this player is better. So it's that's how I look at it. And on top of that, I want to talk about illegal defense. Mars has opinions on this. I'm watching him against the Bullets in like 97 or something like that. He had 55 points against the Bullets or something like that, like round one. Or like him against, it was at Indiana. It was like a regular season game. I'm seeing a lot of gap help, more than I thought I would see. More than like they're calling it, but there's a lot of times where players are just shading. He's driving left or right, and players are shading, and they are playing the gaps. I don't know if I'm tripping when I see that, or y'all. Is that something that y'all see? But I do see that they do play zone. I do some form of zone, and they do help in the gaps, and they do shade. Actually, quite often. I don't know. I don't know if that's something that I'm missing, or something that y'all see.
It happens. Illegal defense ended up becoming more of a suggestion than like an enforced rule at times. Now, if it was egregious, then they'd call it. But like, if you have plausible deniability, if it looked like, I guess he could be guarding this guy, then you could help over and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't subscribe when people act like you just couldn't see multiple bodies in like the 80s and 90s and whatever. There's definitely people who push those narratives.
I mean, that's definitely what I'm going to be acting like.
Salute you. So I don't subscribe to that, but you definitely had to be more. I want to say you have to be more strategic, because I've always been on the side of illegal defense just manufactured modern day spacing. Like they just forced you into it. Oh, look, instead of imagine Klay Thompson's in the weak side corner versus in the 90s, okay, you just have to guard the guy in the weak side corner. It's the same effect, except Klay Thompson is actually being guarded because he's Klay Thompson, and the other guy is being guarded because he has to be. But like in terms of what it does for your spacing, it's pretty similar, except when you decide to double team off that guy, instead of kicking it to Klay Thompson, you're now kicking it to someone who actually can't shoot and can't actually capitalize on it. But the principles I do think are quite similar to like modern day in terms of what it opened up. But yeah, it definitely happens for sure. Like you go watch old games, it definitely happened a lot. Like, you go watch how teams played the Utah Jazz. There was a lot of illegal defense going on, but just got away with it quite often.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the way they guard Dennis Rodman or just bigs in general. They're usually left wide open. The players are usually left. They're usually playing near the defender, usually playing near the rim. So there's a lot of sagging off, more than I thought I would see in that era. Because the impression I was getting from social media about legal defense was that they're playing right up on each other, and they can't. It has to be a hard double. But I'm seeing a lot of sagging off and a lot of shading. So that's a little bit of what I was seeing. But yeah, I just want to talk about MJ a little bit. I know I'm not going to stop real talk, but I just wanted to know why, because I just feel like as the years go on, I think it's going to be, I'm not going to be delusional. I'm not going to say like as years go on, it's going to be like 30 years or 40 years until he's played. So there's not going to be people growing up nowadays talking about, oh yeah, he's the GOAT. So there's not really a point there, but yeah. So good talking to y'all. Wemby is the best player in the world, and go Spurs, go.
All right. Thank you.
Nice. Was that it? Is that the last person?
There's 2 more people. We'll bring them at the same time. Hello.
You laid up in bed right now?
What's good, y'all?
Man, how you doing? Well, you living good, ain't you? Well, living good out there. Got the skyline view and stuff.
Yo, it was good, bro. I guess we came late today. I want to talk about the what y'all think of Okay, who do you think the best player in this Spurs OKC series is?
Who's been
I think
playing
it's
the best
Caruso.
so far?
Yeah, I think it's Caruso. But,
Yeah, I think the best player is. Yeah.
I'll probably go Shea because of the last two performances.
Do
I'll
you
lean
think?
Shea.
I was having like a conversation with somebody, and they were talking about like impact versus like being the best, and I was kind of like, yeah, I think even though Wemby probably has the most impact per possession, just offense, defense, how you guard him, you can't always capitalize on that because they say teammates, rules like refereeing whistles. He can't always get like he has an advantage every possession in my opinion, but he can't always capitalize on it. But I think he's been the best player in the series. Like I don't think it's like an issue of like Jokic versus Shea, where it's kind of like if Jokic isn't great on offense, he can't match it. Wemby's just gonna be great on defense regardless. And I do think the scheme they're playing is making him seem like the whole Caruso wide open is kind of like they were doing that in the regular season, but not to this like extreme. Like they kind of like were malleable. I think they're being too hard headed, low key. I think they should just trust their guards one on one. And I'd rather Shea go off honestly than like Caruso going 60% from three. That's kind of crazy, in my opinion at least, because I don't. Because Shea still has to work for his buckets. He's not like going to get 40 on like all jump shots. He's still not going to get to the rim regardless. So he's going to rely on over the shot making. And I don't know. It's been iffy at least the 3 point wise has been iffy this whole playoff run. So I don't know. I think they can guard him better. And it's kind of annoying seeing them not do that. But I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with you on everything. By the way, like,
Oh,
I agree.
actually, Fez. Oh.
Yeah,
So you agree Wemby's been the best player in the series?
yeah. I mean, when you have one of the best games of all time in a 3-game sample, that's heavy. That does a
And
lot.
two positive games, even if they're not
Dude,
outstanding.
he's still really good.
Yeah.
I think Shea's
Yeah.
way better than him in the last 2 games. But when the other one is one of the best games ever, yeah, I'm gonna give him the benefit of that.
Why do you think Shea, the past 2 games, okay, what an what's Shea's path to just being better than Wemby in this series? Because they're both being guarded in crazy different ways. I don't think it's like one thing's like, oh, Shea has to go against this, and I think they're both being guarded like insanely physical and difficult. So, how does Shea become better, or how does he perform better in your opinion? What's his value? I guess.
If he sees the same coverage as he's getting right now with the
Yeah.
same level of decision making, but instead of 6 for 17, he's 11 for 17. Then
Okay.
it's kind of over with at that point. Like if he's making the long twos and all of those, and he's making them at a high clip, that's probably because then at that point he's like having the perfect offensive series where like there's nothing to poke holes in while still being like fine on defense, if not good. So like that's probably his avenue. While Wemby's offense still continues to be
I think
up and
when
down. And also
yeah
if Shea's doing that, then Wemby's defense is also less effective because Shea's beating it with over the top shot making from the mid range. So
yeah.
I think that's probably his avenue.
Do you think Wemby's been bad on offense this series?
Bad, no. I mean, once again, game one
Yeah,
generational.
game one.
Game two was quiet until he went on like a little run in like the fourth or whatever. So he ended up with like 26, but it was like bit of a quiet 26. And then last night, I think was once again a little bit quiet. But I don't think he's been bad. I think once again, the attention he commands is still valuable. And I did like his offensive rebounds, and then especially game one and game two.
Yeah.
So I still think there was a lot of value to that. I don't think he's been bad, but he hasn't been tier one offensive player. Good. He hasn't been that. So
Do you still? I guess for me, is just seeing like I know the stats around it. Like he's taking more shots, like obviously as the series goes on, further away from the rim. How do you go full on? Because Wemby's he's shooting well this series, right? He's probably averaging like 44% from three, if I'm not mistaken. He's shooting well from three this series. Do you be like, okay, we take more threes from Wemby? Do you still have him like park down and see what battle against Hartenstein and Chet? Like, what's the avenue to get him to let him get like a game one again? Because his game one shot profile was amazing. Of course, he's not getting that many offensive rebounds because Hartenstein's gonna be in there. But how do you leverage his strengths offensively, in your opinion?
Oh yeah, we spoke about that at the beginning.
Yeah,
I said
sorry. Yeah.
I said a lot of flex screens.
Yeah.
You want guards setting the initial screen so that maybe you can either get a switch or asking Hartenstein to navigate a screen. You're obviously gonna have to remove Chet as the low man in this situation. So however you do that, you lift Chet above the wing, above the break, something like that. Wemby to me, like the threes are more of a luxury than like a go-to,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So I don't want Wemby out there shooting 7 threes. Like if he shoots 3 and then he has it going, he's like 2 for 3, or he missed his first 2, but then he makes one, then he wants to shoot another one. I understand it. But going out with like the plan of, oh, they have a big on me, let me shoot threes to take him out the paint or whatever. I don't like that plan. Even when he has it, like if he makes them, like cool, is great for that game. But like as team process of outcomes, I'm not the biggest fan of that as a long-term solution. Right now, at least, until if he becomes like a cat level shooter, then okay, different story. But right now, I want to see him more dominant on like 8 feet in. I think that's where he should be prioritizing.
I know, like, my last question. I know, like, 2 seasons ago, I know you kind of talked about, you just saw a different championship. 2 seasons ago was the 24 Celtics, right? So since then, since the 24 Celtics, which team do you think is best equipped to beat OKC on both ends? Like, really stop them. 24 Celtics, 25 Pacers, 26 Spurs. What are your thoughts?
Which OKC? This OKC? 24 OKC?
And
25
I'll say this
OKC?
OKC. This OKC.
Okay. This OKC.
Nuggets as well, if you want to put the Nuggets from 25, but
Yeah, we good.
The
If I had to
24
rank them
Celtics
1
to
through
me,
3, I would say 24 Celtics, 25 Pacers, 26 Spurs. For me.
Do you think the 24 Celtics could live with Jaylen Brown and Tatum going like 38% from the field? Like at that point, you're just begging, like you'd have to rely on Derek White 60% from 3 type
Well,
stuff.
if both of them are inefficient and no one can make a shot, then sure, they probably lose. But the likelihood of all 3 of those things hitting in the same game to lose 4 different times, I don't know.
Jaylen Brown is able to score against OKC. Now he has other problems as far as turnovers and some of the passing reads not being able to, but like he can score. Like he has some physical advantages out there that he definitely can take advantage of. Now, will it be like highly efficient? Probably not, but he can put the ball in the basket, and then having all those options like Drew Holiday being an option to guard SGA, Jaylen Brown being an option, even Tatum. The few times that Tatum has guarded SGA in isolation holds up very well. Now, obviously Derek White's getting fried, but
Do you guys think that? What are you guys' thoughts on Shea so far this playoff run? He's been very. I don't think he's actually seen one-on-one yet fully, and I don't know if teams are even too scared to let that happen. I feel like they're too scared to even let's see what's going on, like to let it they're really like Lakers just sold out completely. Like, they had no choice, but even then, I feel like Shea's not playing his best ball. Like, why not see what happens one-on-one? Unless you just think he's that good as like this, let's not even try it.
So what's happening, right? It's a conspiracy. Everyone is hearing the Shea's better than Kobe talks. So what they're trying to do is they know they're going to lose to OKC regardless. So what they're saying is 20 years from now, all we're going to see, oh, look, Shea was 29 on +1 true shooting. Is that better than Kobe? It's better than them winning, and now Shea is 33 on +8 true shooting. Because for the future narrative and agendas, one looks a lot better than the other. So they're deciding that they're just going to sabotage Shea's future legacy talks by losing in a way that makes it hurt Shea's projections more. So when guys like Swiper Cam can come up and be like, Shea was great against Minnesota, he was only +4. Now we're gonna have this whole playoff run of him being doubled the whole time. Shea's only +2. How good really was he? That's what we're gonna have. So that's what we're.
I mean, y'all do it too, Kobe though.
Yes, true though. That's Kobe's was organic.
It's all organic. It's all understood. Like we know how it goes. Like, so when you're that caliber of player, if a team does all of this to you 20 years from now, it's not going to make a difference. So what? He saw double teams. You know who was? Everyone got double teamed every possession. Let some people tell it. So efficiency, everyone was being doubled the whole time. So all I'm hearing is Shea is a +2. So that's what's going on. They're just dragging down his averages because they're going to lose to them regardless whether they're playing one-on-one or they're doubling. So why not just hurt his legacy?
I will say, since the Pacers Pacer, let's say 2019, since 2019, do you think, I don't want to say this is the most extreme I've seen someone get guarded because I've seen way more gimmick stuff, but this is definitely like every time it's literally a walking 4-on-3. At least with Curry, it's kind of like, okay, the switching and stuff. With Shea, they don't want to switch, they just want to double. And I guess I want to say is this is the first time we've seen like a non-passer scoring type of guy be forced into passing and like it's actually producing results. You know, you got the KD passing, he turnover all the stuff. Shea's low turnover prone, and it's working. So it's kind of like I don't know. I don't like it. Just go 1-on-1, honestly. And I want to see his efficiency go up because I know he's way better than this. To go from plus.
Hey, look at him. He's trying. Look at him. He knows what's going on. Look at him.
This is insane. The drop off is insane, but I know it's still leading to wins, so nobody really cares. But it's like the defense is insane.
Offense with Shea on the court in the playoffs thus far, which is better than 15.
Better than any. Yeah, but we don't have to go there. But we appreciate you, man.
So, yeah,
I see you, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. All right. These are the last two people right here.
I don't even know if you can hear Chicago hat. Yeah, I haven't been able to hear him the whole time.
Brett, say something.
It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
I can't.
Can't hear him. It's over.
How about now? My mic is muted. My bad. My mic is muted. My mic is muted this entire time. My bad.
You got it.
There he is. There he is. What's up? What's up?
I was just trying to damn, this entire time my mic was muted and I was talking. That's crazy. I was just gonna say I said this before like a couple months ago, but I'm firmly believing now. OKC got 9 players better than Julius.
Hold on, somebody has like some kind of noise happening in the background. It's like
I think that's him.
Damn, snitch! What the fuck? What that? But I mean, if it's him, we go.
Yeah, Nate. You know what I'm saying? Nate, go on mute.
Oh yeah, I do hear it. Yeah, I found it. Oh, nice.
Wait, hold on.
I still hear it, by the way.
I just muted it
now.
I don't hear it. Yeah, it's Nate. It's Nate. You're gonna have to fix that date. You're gonna have to.
I don't think there's enough time for him to fix it. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's over.
Yeah.
Is he the British guy?
Yeah. It's bad.
Yeah, we can't. Nate, I ain't gonna lie. You gonna have to try.
It's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, you gonna have to try to do something about that.
Nothing.
But real quick, Prince, you got 2 minutes. Go.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask if Jalen Brunson is a Jalen Brunson a better playoff performer than SEA?
Is he? Real talk?
Is he?
Is he?
Is he?
I mean,
you know about to waste his 2 minutes asking Izzy back and forth.
I'm asking, who are you asking, by the way? Just
both of y'all. It's 3 people.
Go ahead, Real
so
talk. This is your platform. Go ahead. Yeah.
Shit, he not that far off.
That is not an answer. That is not an answer. It's a yes or no question.
Calling them out. Yeah,
we're calling them out. Yes or no question.
Politic his way out of that one.
Is he a better playoff performer than SGA? Yes or no?
When you say playoff performer, like what does that mean?
Like, you know the answer, real talk.
No, yes, I'm saying like, does that mean relative to their regular season?
No, who plays better? If they were both different people, it was John Smith and Drew Hammond playing in the playoffs. Who would you say is playing better?
Yeah, I think you know the answer too, but you just want to be in denial. But
okay. Oh, if it's like, I mean, Shea's playing better marginally.
Why is that?
He don't agree with your answer. He don't agree with your answer.
Why is that? Please enlighten me. I want to know.
I mean, when you consider like the defenses that Shea is seeing, like Respectfully, Brunson's not seeing that. And then even still, like, people try to act like that Phoenix series didn't happen. Like,
Yeah, it was a cool 3 games. It was a cool 3 games.
No Jordan Goodwin, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool.
And Jalen Brunson been
and we
great
also
for
remember
like
that,
9 games.
and we've also remembered the Jalen Brunson games where he was getting absolutely fried. Or is that not part of the playoff play?
I mean,
Mr.
I was
Prince?
talking about in totality. I wasn't even talking about this year, but I mean, we could.
Yeah, facts. We go a trend.
Oh, in totality.
Yeah. What about
But,
Shay's +2 last year? Yeah. What you gonna do about that? Cooked you.
That wasn't
Shay is still seeing different coverages than Jalen Brunson. But I
It
mean,
wasn't-
I'm very high on
He was
Jalen
good,
Brunson.
though.
I'm not finna sit up here and like critique Jalen Brunson too harshly. Like, I'm a fan, so but SGA is better than him.
I mean, obviously, I wasn't arguing that. I was just asking who's played better in the playoffs. Because, like, I will say James Harden. I say Jimmy Butler's a better playoff performer than James Harden at times. We can make that argument, but like, we all know James Harden's a better player than Jimmy Butler. But that's my point.
Is he?
Yes.
No. Okay, no. It's cool.
Yeah, he is.
Stay
That's what I meant by that. Because like you can, because we.
What's your answer, Mars?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Shay's cool. Shay's good at basketball. But like, now one more question before I go. As a Timberwolves fan, what do you think we should do? Because I honestly think we're the 3rd best team in the West. But the problem is, it's like the 2 best teams are the Spurs.
You're very far behind the top 2.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's the problem. Like, I feel like if the Spurs and OKC can exist, we would be a championship level team. But like, that's the problem. Like, OKC.
Unfortunately, that's not. Yeah. So number one.
Well, you guys are gonna be in the East soon. How many years? When's the expansion?
Baby.
Like 2 years. You'll be in the East. Then you got a shot. So just wait it out.
What you're gonna have to do is unemployed Julius Randle.
That's what I was about to say.
You guys are not about to scapegoat Julius Randle, man. That's a top 20.
That man shot 34% from the field and 19% from 3. I was watching Ant struggle for his life.
Yeah, but Ant believed in him, so why can't you?
4 days. Huh?
Ant believed in him. Why can't you?
To be honest with you,
you don't have to fall for these. You don't have to even answer that question. You're like, Mars gets to a point where like it's not even that's not something you have to answer.
It's just crazy that for whatever reason.
Obviously, we're watching Julius Randle be a terrorist, and so yeah, it's time to.
Have you ever thought that maybe he's a terrorist because I'm not making him better?
No, facts. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's definitely not making him better when he was struggling to post up Darren Fox of all people. But yeah, for sure. I guess, man.
Why is Ant asking him to post up if he's not comfortable? Okay, then.
Uncomfortable against De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox makes a lot of people uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable against Champagny?
Champagny also makes a lot of people uncomfortable.
No, facts. Absolutely.
But who you? But honestly, though, like, who you think? You think Julius Randle is even tradable? Like, I don't like even if he. Like,
somebody want what? How many more years he got on his contract?
I think he got like 3 or 2.
He at least what 3?
I think so. I think we just signed him like literally like this season.
3 more after this year is tough.
Like
no. Next year he has a player option for 27-28. So he has basically 2 years. Basically.
Okay.
You might
but
have
1
to
year
ride
and then
it
he's
out.
an expiring. So
yeah, you might have to ride it out 1 more year with them, and then
I can't, bro. I remember an All-Star break when he was averaging like 12 points a game and shooting like 30%. That was the roughest fucking week of that month of my life. That dude, every game is the bullshit. It was, I can't, like, because I heard like Ant won at a Kyrie, and like, I don't know if Dallas won Julius Randle. You know what I mean? Because like a veteran,
yeah, they're gonna put Julius Randle around that Cooper flag. Yeah, that's a good investment.
I mean, why not? I mean, Julius Randle, Cooper Flag's not a great post player. Julius Randle can't help him with that.
Well, the guy who couldn't post up, De'Aaron Fox is now going to teach player either. See, this is what happens. It's funny when a fan wants a player off their team, they tell you all the reasons they suck. But when it's time to trade said player, they're gonna tell you all the redeeming qualities they
Of
allegedly have.
course.
Hey, hold
So-
on, wait,
Of
hold on. Is he not a good decision maker?
You tell me, is he?
I mean, he can make a pass.
Do you
Cooper
like
Flag
Julius
ain't the
Randle's
best.
decision making? Do you like Julius Randle's decision making?
Dallas might like it.
See, this is what I mean. So I don't be
Wait, no,
listening
no.
to fans when it comes to trading players, man, because they're gonna tell
Bro,
you
what
they
do
got a
you
bunch
want
of
me to
lemons,
do?
and then they're
What do you
gonna
want me
try and
to
tell you the
say?
value of these lemons. I mean, I guess.
What do you want me to say, man? What do you want me to do, man? I can't watch another year of this shit, bro. Because we're gonna be second round eggers again. Might
next
be
year is contract year, Julius. Like you gotta pay attention. Like he gonna be hooping next year because he wants to get that extension before his player option.
Hey, real
kicks in,
talk.
so
Hey, real talk. Real talk. How is that doing for DeAndre Ayton?
What?
The contract year stuff.
I mean,
that's a little bit. That's a little bit different. Though.
I mean, and he technically had one of his best seasons in a couple of years, actually.
The bar.
Now it's still just DeAndre Ayton.
That's not saying much. That's not saying much.
Yeah,
I mean, did DeAndre Ayton not outplay an All-Star in the first round this year?
That's like saying didn't Luke Cornett outplay Reece Shepard? Like, who cares, bro? Like, who really cares, bro?
Well,
Reece
Alperen
Shepard's not an
Şengün is an
all-star.
All-Star. Yeah, Alperen Şengün is an All-Star, and DeAndre Ayton outplayed him in the series.
That's not saying much. They shouldn't have been an all-star. Like,
but he was an All-Star.
Should have been.
But
he wasn't the third best player on the team.
Because DeAndre Ayton was locking him up. I'm firing him right now, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Prince,
sure, man, sure.
We're gonna have to see you next time. You're gonna have to come. Hey, man, you come up here. You gotta be able to cook Mars, man. Can't be up here getting cooked by the Brit. Be better. Yeah. I want you to go home. Hey, when you get off here, get your reps in. Right, look in the mirror, debate back and forth with yourself. Right, play both sides. When you look in the mirror, you be yourself. The guy that's talking back to you is Mars. Put on your British accent when you're doing the Mars part. Right, put on a hoodie so the person you're looking at has on a hoodie. Make sure it's black. Pull it down a little bit. You have to be prepared when you come up here. Yeah, pull it up sometimes. Right.
My bad.
Mars has to. This is one thing I'll say about him. Mars has to keep a fresh mouth of breath because as much as he pulls his hoodie up, there's no way he's just smelling bad breath. There's no way he's just doing that. So I would
take my oral hygiene very seriously.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay. Facts.
I mean, to be fair though, about 5 years ago, Mars did say Jeremy Grant was better than Zion. So like, I don't know, like that was how
many years ago?
So like
4 years ago. Actually, 4 years ago. Yeah, I did say that shit for sure.
Yeah, man, that man Jeremy Grant was unplayable against Portland. So shout out to him.
Absolutely. He was. But we appreciate you, Prince. Until next time, my good brother. Oh shit.
Nah, super chats. Come on. We're nearly done.
Nate, we're gonna have to catch you next time, man. We're gonna have to catch you next time.
It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate.
Next time, Nate. If you request something, I see you'll be one of the first people I bring up because I will remember that. Let me see. OVO Hussein?
Yeah, that's great. Perfect.
With the $6.99 Canadian dollars. I do not appreciate your attitude right now, young man. This series not going 7. OKC is just a smarter and more mature team. Mission needs to change this defense. Shea understands it, and these threes are wide open. We agree. We definitely agree.
We do.
John Buka, $5 Canadian dollars, says Mars. I don't have you. I know you have abandoned Arsenal fandom, but dude, it must feel good after 22 years. You got to admit. Despite Harumbo.
That's good pronunciation. I don't care.
Is that how you say it? What is it? Harumbo?
Harumbo. It's the equivalent of the closest approximation I could probably say is like the 2013 Grizzlies. That's the closest approximation I could give you in terms of just slowing
winning a championship.
Kind of, yeah. But like their style of play, just physical, slow the game down, bruising, no threes, no finesse, just ugh. But they won.
Mhm.
So it's like
But they
nice.
won. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Cool.
Shit, imagine the Rockets won the trip. There you go. Imagine the Rockets won the trip.
Okay.
Pre KD Rockets.
Horrible.
Like, there's not even a Kevin
Horrible.
Durant.
Yeah, pre KD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pre
Gotcha.
KD Rockets. Yeah.
That means soccer's in a bad space if that team's winning a championship.
Terrible.
Kings,
worst space ever.
Kings Ransom 444 with the 499 super chat. D Mitch should be in Scotty Barnes talks. He ain't no number one on the championship team. Tired of people acting like he and Brunson talks. Cavs need to blow it up. First
They do
off,
need to blow up. I agree.
funny profile picture as well. Swiper
Is that
Cam.
Swiper?
It's a LeBron. Yeah, it's a
Oh, nice.
LeBron meme. Yeah. Yeah, they do
Yeah,
need to blow it up.
blow it
And
up.
D Mitch is a number 2, unfortunately. It's fine though. Do you think he can? You think he can't be a number 2? I'm seeing your facial reactions when I say.
I
Do you
said
not
I'm
think he
leaving
can
it
be a number
alone.
2?
I said I'm leaving it alone. Man,
So he can't be a number 2 to Nikola Jokic.
I said I'm leaving it alone. My opinion of Donovan Mitchell is I no longer want to talk about Donovan Mitchell. That's where I'm at. I don't care enough to talk about him. So they blow it up, they blow it up. That's where I'm at.
Brunson better with the 2 pounds. Derek White never better on D than OG a day in his life.
It's about the all defensive teams.
Referring to the all defensive teams. Yeah, I did see he
OG made it,
first
right?
team.
He was second team.
I don't remember. I just remember the first team. Let me see.
I know a lot of people are mad about Scotty Barnes being second team and Derek White being first
Yeah.
team. I was surprised that Derek White made first team. I know some people had him over Assault Thompson, but can't help everyone. So salute to them. But I do think he had a really good defensive regular season, so I'm not gonna take that away from him, despite the fact that his POA defense still non-existent. But still think he had a really good defensive regular season. He was on my second team for sure, but I wouldn't have had him first team. I definitely wouldn't have had him first team.
Yeah, first team was Victor, Cheddar, Sar, Rudy, Derek White. I'm definitely moving Derek White to second team and putting Scotty Barnes in there. I also like the Cason Wallace shot on second. Cason Wallace is one of the best point of attack defenders that we've seen in quite some time. His hands are absolutely incredible. His timing is impeccable. Very good feet as well. Good anticipation. Seems to kind of study the person that he's guarding as well.
He says he doesn't watch
their
film.
movement patterns. If he just catches that off, just pure,
he says he doesn't really watch film. So
if he's gathering that information and utilizing it that quickly, I mean, that means the man's a genius. What can I say?
Just imagine he did start watching film. God damn.
Exactly. He's actually holding himself back. He can be even better. High on football, Y7T with the 279 Canadian dollars. Mars, why do you think KD off-ball game is overrated?
Mainly because I think it's more structured, I guess would be the word. A lot of KD's off-ball value is from like designed plays, designed to get him the ball to rise and fire, which is valuable. But I don't think that's enough to put you in like the category of off-ball player that I think some people try to put him in. Like, obviously, Steph, for most people, is a tier by himself.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, guys who are more, like, perpetual motion, guys who are more reads and reacts. KD's a lot more, okay, we're walking it down. Russ walking it down. Okay, we're gonna set the pin down. KD gonna come off elbow jumper. Mm-hmm. But, like, Reggie Millers of the world, Rip Hamiltons, Kobe's, it was a lot more, okay, the ball's on this side of the floor. Okay, I'm gonna now come over here. Like, if they react this way, now I'm gonna cut back door. Like, it was more reading the game, whereas I think KD's was more, I'm gonna just run the play. And now I have tremendous off-ball value doing that because if I create separation, I'm Kevin Durant. But I just think that puts you a tier below the off-ball guys. But he's still amazing off-ball because of that value. But it's just not. Mm-hmm. that group that I would have above.
Shout out to Rip Hamilton as well.
Facts.
Good shout. Good shout.
I like Rip Hamilton, man.
The guy that ran full speed off screens to shoot a 17-footer. The days.
It's crazy. Man never shot threes. It's like you running
Never.
baseline to baseline
Yeah.
for fucking
To
18
shoot
foot.
18-foot jumpers on the baseline. Absolutely.
Like I think Iverson's a better off-ball player than KD.
Yeah, that's another good one.
I don't know, my hot take. Do I think I just said that without thinking too much? I think Iverson's an elite off-ball player. I'll just say that. I don't know if I think he's better than Kevin.
Yeah, maybe
He's
some of his value is driven down due to like the lack of
actually making
three-point
shots,
shooting and so
I think,
but he
Iverson
does
will-
work a lot off ball
Yeah,
though.
I'll just
like,
say
as
that.
far as-
I think he's an elite off-ball player. I don't know if he's better than. No one said KD never moves off the ball, by the way, but it's cool. People hear
what you're saying as far as the utilizing off-ball movement. I do think AI is better than KD at that. Like what you were saying. Now, as far as getting ball, putting ball in hoop afterwards, that probably brings him down some. But AI did work a lot off ball. Like Mondon said it, his motor off ball was tremendous as well. Just nonstop, just moving. I don't know how players play like that. You are in some phenomenal shape.
So I'm saying Iverson's endurance is one of the S-tier
Yeah.
traits in NBA history, and I don't think he gets enough credit for it.
And because he was playing like 43 of the minutes.
Man, you better up that number, like, bro. Especially when the playoffs came, that man Iverson was playing every minute of the game, and that's not over exaggeration. Like, he never went to the bench. He was playing 44 minutes in the regular season. Iverson in 01, the mystical player, he averaged 46 minutes a game.
Yes, yeah.
Like, do you understand what's going on? This is Iverson's game log from Game 7 against Toronto onwards. 48 minutes, 48 minutes, 44 minutes, but that's because they lost by 14. So, that's why. He then missed the next game because he was hurt. Came back 47 minutes and 44 seconds. Then 47 minutes and 44 seconds. 43 minutes in a 10-point loss. 43 minutes in a 20-point win. There you go. Game 1 against the Lakers, the game that went to overtime, he played all but 3 seconds. He then followed that up by playing 47 minutes in a 9-point loss. He played all but 3 seconds in a 5-point loss. He then missed 1.5 minutes in a 14-point loss. And then in game 5, he ended with 44 minutes and 30 seconds. Iverson didn't sit down. And then in the 05 playoffs, he played 47 minutes a game. 47.6, actually. Let me know. Yeah. He played all but 10 minutes. So Iverson's on-off numbers in the playoffs mean nothing to me because he never sat down.
He never,
he never sat down.
Whatever the off
played
is,
the whole time.
It's irrelevant.
Oh, look, the off, and it's literally just 2 possessions a series, I guess.
Yeah, his conditioning, which is also why like those players do tend to be like those smaller frames, not even just height, but like Rip Hamilton was that big. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Reggie Miller, same thing.
Moving around less weight, it kind of helps.
Yeah. So shout out to them. Shout out to AI's motor.
I've got higher on AI in recent times. I used to be.
I know. I do hear you speak more positively about him now that you're not as calculator brained. We're seeing the evolution of Mars in real time. And me, I've changed probably some.
Yeah, exactly. You've become spreadsheet FC. Shit sad. Yeah, shame on you. But it's cool. Carry on.
Beat W50 999 super chat said Brunson #1 in playoffs offensive EPM for 2 years in a row. My Brunson better than Shea offensively agenda is thriving.
He is #1. I think Shea's #2, but he is #1.
Jalen Brunson is one of the great offensive players in our league, and I do not say that lightly. Like, he is tremendous.
Is he a better offensive player than Iverson?
High on football, Y7T with the $279 Canadian dollars. Mars, could you see Neymar better than Christina? Hold on. I know CR7. Wait a minute. Cristiano Ronaldo?
There you go. Good work. I can see the argument. Yeah, I can see the argument. I probably wouldn't agree with it, but I could definitely see the argument. Yeah.
Oh man, he's got another one. Okay. High on football. Y17 to 279 Canadian dollars. Mars, what does versatility mean to you in offense?
The ability to
You better
do
answer
multiple things at a high level. Be used in a multitude of actions, multitude of roles. I hate when versatility is seen as can you score and play make. I think that's missing the point. And then I hate when other people think versatility is can you just score from multiple levels. I think that all of these things contribute to it. Like if you can run point, but then you can also post up, and then you can also score from three. Like, yeah, that's versatility. But like when I'm thinking versatility, is how many roles can you functionally play for me at a high level? And then how many areas of the court can you occupy in which not only are you good from there, but the defense is worried about you from there, you're a threat from there, and you're creating for yourself and others at a high level. And then also, are you dependent on others to create for you? Can you create for yourself? Like yeah, that's why I think Kobe's like the most versatile, maybe the most versatile offensive player ever. Like, could do everything. So,
I mean, we've been here. Early on, this was like my take that kind of brought me into mainstream, I guess, or whatever you would call it, but Mars tried to make fun of me with a 2K archetype. Is that what you're saying? And I was like, no.
Oh, the two-way
My
wing thing
saying
that you were
about
saying?
but like it's the everything Kobe, Bron, MJ could do on the court. That's why they're my best three basketball players. Like past accomplishments and all of that. They are the best three basketball players that I've ever watched. They can do everything on the court damn near. And they draw a certain reaction even if they're not the best at it. Like for the example I gave was like there are a multitude of times where if Kobe or Bron or MJ get a deep seal, they're getting immediately doubled like they're some elite big post player. And they're a guard or a wing, right? But Tim Duncan, if he was running pick and roll, would have get trapped 25 feet away from the basket. But I'm saying like that's the kind of threat they are. They can command a double on the block and 25 feet away and play out of the mid-range and pass in all three of those scenarios and make shots or drive the basketball in all three of them. Like they're the best. And that's why
I think the ceiling of that archetype is probably the highest. I just think the median or average, whatever, is probably just not as high. But I think part of that is because they end up asking guys who want Kobe, MJ, and Bron to do Kobe, MJ, and Bron shit. And it's like, yeah, they're just not good enough to do it. No one really is. But if there is someone who's good enough to do it, likelihood is they're one of the best players to ever play. So I do understand what you're saying. I know that's not my top three, but I do understand. I understand the rationale.
But that is all, folks. Another stream has been streamed, right? We appreciate y'all. Yeah, I just made that one up. We appreciate y'all pulling up. Mars, first off, I got to add your name to the title, but let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on the Players Choice channel during the week, Monday through Friday, on the panel. You can find me on, well, I don't even know if you can find me there, but I have a YouTube channel, Mars Talk Sports. It's been abandoned a little bit, but someday soon. I don't know. Twitter, X, Mars Talk Sports. And then if for whatever reason you want to follow me on TikTok, that's also Mars Talk Sports. You might find me in some comment sections. That's about as much TikToking as you're going to get from me. But yeah, those are the places. So Mars Talk Sports everywhere, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a pretty unique name where you can do that all the time. Now, somebody named Royal Talk,
Well, I do want to just be Mars at some point because I'm trying to get into
Yeah.
political commentary, but can't right now because it's just talk sports. I tried to venture out there on Twitter and I got cancelled, but we're gonna try again. We're gonna reload it.
Yeah. That didn't go so well for you the first time.
Second time's the charm. Second time's the charm.
Oh man. I do eventually want to go by like just EJ eventually. Or EJRT, maybe something like that. But like, real talk.
I ain't about to call you 4 letters. I promise I'm not. EJ,
Yeah,
that is
a bit much. EJ. Yeah. We'll eventually get there though. But we appreciate y'all. I will tag Mars' YouTube channel in the title, so you can just hit that link over there. Make sure you're subscribed over there, and make sure you're subscribed here. I didn't do any of that today. My fault. Make sure that you like the stream. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. Turn the notification bell on so you know we're live. And when we drop another video, we are on the road to 10K, right? We're closing in on it. We started the year around 1,000 subs. We're going to end the year around 8. I'm hoping to get to 8 by the end of the year. So
the calendar year?
No, the NBA season.
Oh, I was going to say, you're going to hit 10 by the end of the year. Like 12, 15, maybe, depending on, quality content. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we do. We shall see. The off season, we will still be doing these in the off season, probably once a week. And we also have to have like a topic that's hot or something. We're gonna brainstorm, right? Because in the off season it gets a little weird, right? Gets a little shaky sometimes, gets a little stagnant. But usually that's when I try to like really hit the gas because a lot of people don't know what to do come off season time. Maybe here's the thing, maybe in the off season we do these on Twitch where we can play some games and watch games and stuff like that, or they'll become membership only because I can then play games and stuff on the screen during those kind of lives and streams as well, where we can like get into some film, some breakdown and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But I'm sure I don't want to do like another list. Like I'm listed out, man. I'm listed out. I don't want to do another PG list. Shoot, that was a great concept, by the way. I'm not like, but like you did that. You did that. It was great. Having all the different inputs, that was a great idea. I really like that. If we do a list, it'll have to be something like obscure. It'll have to be something that's not usually done, and like the crazier the better. Like if I ask people, give me your 10 best players that you've ever seen, and that opens up a rabbit hole. Because if you say 03 McGrady, I'm not going to be mad at you. Let me see. We got one more. Young boy goated 9168 $5 super chat. Real talk. You ready to see McKellen, Hart put Shea in prison next round? We got Knicks in 5 or 6 versus OKC, and soft check getting bodied by Cat. 5 or 6 is crazy, but I do give y'all a chance. I would still be picking OKC though, respectfully. But again, appreciate y'all pulling up. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We will see you all next time. Peace.
Christmas.